Okay, we're live, by the way. Hello, people. And I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. My sister's here. She had to evacuate her home.
No.
Um, it's okay now, but like, I'm just tired of everything being so political all the time.
I haven't, yeah, I don't know. I haven't, at least in the discourse out in social media, I haven't seen that,
Well, that's
at least.
good. I'm glad. But some of the lefties in my Discord are
What's a
straight
tanky
tankies.
left? What's a tanky?
Tanky is gonna be like Hassan. Hassan is a tanky.
Oh no, Hassan is. Let me stop. Okay, let me stop. Yeah, but that's not left though.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Hassan is not left.
He's
He's one
something.
of those people like Pierce Morgan. Oh, I'm centrist. No, you're
Oh
not.
yeah, exactly. I mean, they're off the
No, you're
scale.
not.
They're off the
No,
scale.
you're not.
These guys. I
When
don't. Yeah.
99% of your talking points and everything, and you agree with 99% of the right, and you might give the left 1%, you're not centrist.
Yeah. So someone we were talking about earlier in the chat that Thanos and I were talking about was Actual
Mhm.
Justice Warrior. You remember him?
I vaguely, I think I talked to you on chat once only,
Well,
but I think
Destiny has had debates with him before.
okay, gotcha.
And yeah, like Thanos in particular, like takes any chance he can to rail on him, and rightly so, because he's like one of those fake centrists who pretends they're a centrist, but really they're
He
always like,
he
going
rails
for
out
Trump.
who?
Yeah.
Destiny?
No, he rails on Actual Justice Warrior
Okay, okay, gotcha.
because, like Thanos, the guy in our Discord, he rails on Actual Justice Warrior because he's one of those fake centrists that pisses us, pisses Destiny off. Those centrists who are like, yeah, I'm a centrist, but really all they do is like cover for Trump, just like Piers Morgan, right?
Yeah,
It's like you're not
yeah,
a fucking centrist.
right. You're not.
Yeah,
You're not.
you're
When
full of shit, is what you are.
99%, 99.9% of your mindset is right,
Yeah,
you're not a centrist. But I don't know, baby. I don't know why. Just, I don't know.
yeah,
I don't understand certain things. There's certain things like just own it. You know what I mean? Like
for
just
sure.
say what you are.
I'm glad you're
You
here,
know,
by
like,
the way. It's been a minute.
oh,
I'm just saying, I was glad you showed up. I know that was I ADHD'd
ah,
for a second. Sorry.
no, it's okay. You know
But
why I like
uh,
Destiny? Even though he's very aggressive.
sure,
He's,
Nebraska Steve.
he, he's abrasive, aggressive. He said, sometimes
Out
like
of pocket
it's like, wow,
sometimes,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. What I like about him is that he is like, okay, so like, do I want to compare him to Hassan? I cannot watch 2 minutes of Hassan without
Do it.
turning it off.
Compare him to Hassan. Have fun. We are on stream. Let your opinions fly, all right?
Well, okay, so Hassan just expressed his opinion. Oh,
Right.
that's not like that, this and that, blah, blah,
Mm.
blah. But there's no substance behind it.
Right. And
Unlike Destiny says, okay, let's look this up right
let's
now.
look this
This
up.
is what
Let's
the
read
document
the
says. You
whole
understand what I'm
fucking
saying?
thing.
That he might be aggressive, he might not be the most gentle person, but he comes with facts. He'll pull up,
Yes.
okay, you sure? Okay, let's go, let's look it up. And he immediately looks it up. If he doesn't believe or if he thinks he's wrong or whatever, he'll look it up immediately.
I
And then
appreciate that so much.
and read out loud, show us the screen and read out loud, okay, this is what it says. It's
Yep.
not what you're saying.
I do the
This is what
same
it
shit. I do the same shit. And you know what? This was wild. This drove me fucking nuts the other night. One of my friends was on here. So there's a couple Trump guys in our server. One of them's a MAGA guy, and he's a really, really good personal friend of mine. We disagree on politics, but you know, we love the crap out of each other. He's a great friend, right? And we were arguing COVID, and
Uh-huh.
I'm pulling up, you know, I'm pulling up the stats and everything on screen, and we're going through it. And then I got a fucking content warning from YouTube. And I was like, are you serious? I'm getting a content warning for arguing against misinformation? That's some bullshit. That upset me so much.
It's weird because that you say that because I've also noticed YouTube has been something's going on with YouTube because they're kind of like restricting some of the content that I watch that
Yeah.
I normally watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's not showing up on my feed. Like I watch MSNBC. I
Sure.
cannot remember the last time a link from anything said. And I watched Rachel Maddow, Lawrence
Mm-hmm.
O'Donnell, Ari Melber.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Ari
they don't
Melber's
show
pretty
up
good.
on my screen anymore. And I'm like, but I'm constantly clicking to find them, and I have to go in there and go down through my things, my subscriptions, like look for them, and then go in there to then find it because they're not showing up on my feed. Like I've been finding out that they're, and then in some cases, I think I get shadow banned because
Uh-oh. You talk
I
shit, don't you?
I do get into arguments with people. My last argument, I'll tell you what it was. My
Uh-huh.
last argument was about Luigi.
Okay.
Okay, because my take on it is had Luigi been black or an immigrant, people would be calling for him to be hanged.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
he killed
think?
the CEO of a company. But because he's white, rich, and handsome, oh well, he's our hero.
Yeah,
You
he's not
know,
my
he's
hero
our
though.
he's
He ain't
my
my
hero.
hero.
Oh my God. And I'm like, do you guys realize this person took the life of another human being?
Yeah,
Does that mean
and
nothing to
probably
you?
set
Like,
back the progress for universal health care by a number of years.
I cannot. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I consider myself not completely left, and I'll tell you why. Because we're
Hmm.
gonna have that AOC conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um. Uh. But and I don't like. I can't say I don't like Trump. I don't like what he does. Not.
Hmm.
I don't know him to say I don't like him. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right, right.
But if something was to happen, I'd be horrified. Like because even I wouldn't wish anything bad to happen to my worst enemy because
Sure.
what does that gain?
Doesn't
It
gain
doesn't
anything.
gain me anything. You know what I mean? I
Yep,
don't gain anything from that.
yep.
And
Because
it's
I,
another
I
life.
want,
It's a
I
human.
want universal health care for our country, and I don't think we're gonna get it
Absolutely.
through doing shit like that. I think it's gonna make it way harder for us to do it when people do shit like that.
Some people were. Is that like the amount of glorification of this guy of killing cowardly because he shot him
Walked
in the
up
back. He
behind him
was a
in the
coward.
back of the head.
Back. The amount of glee and joy and people would people were coming after me because they were like, "Oh, he's our hero," and I'm like, "Okay." And
Sick.
I left the door open. I was like, maybe he has, a mental illness. Maybe because there was talks about when they were going through his um social media that he was
Yeah.
talking about when he was in high school that he would black out at times and so that would make more sense, but they didn't want to accept that because that would shadow the image
Yep.
of this mighty godlike hero
Yeah.
that is out there for the little
It
guy.
was kind of
And
like
I'm
the
like,
same thing with George Floyd a little bit.
and he was like, and they were like, oh, and I'm like, you do realize he's rich, right?
Yeah,
You
rich.
you
He's
you're
never
against
had to
rich.
worry about healthcare in his fucking life. Like,
And you do, oh yeah, but what would you? Then they would come back with, oh, but you know, rich people. He's just a rich person. Of what you call it?
of conscience.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
fighting for the little.
fighting for the
Oh, he's
little
a
man.
rich guy. Since when do you know a rich guy fights for the? It's really. It's.
I know a
But
couple. Bill
anyway,
Gates.
even if I give you that, I told them, even if I give you that, there are ways that you could combat that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could start charities to help people pay for their
Yes.
bills. You can donate money to other charities to help people pay for their medical bills.
Yep.
You can go to the media and, you know, voice your opinion. Go to Congress and I request to have a meeting with Congress or your local legislators, and
A
then,
hundred
you know,
percent.
have conversations about that.
All of these
There's
things
a lot
more
of things that
productive
is not
than killing somebody.
killing somebody.
He
But
could have
no, those,
started a PAC to lobby for
yes,
universal health
that,
care.
there you go. That's what I'm talking about. See, I'm all for that,
A hundred, of
and that
course,
makes more
I would
sense.
support.
But
I would
no,
support that
my
PAC. You
choice,
know.
my choice, no, is just shoot him in the mouth.
Ugh.
That's no lobbying. Just shoot him in the mouth. And it's not like he didn't even have health care with United.
Mm-mm. No, he
He
didn't, and
didn't.
he's always had health care too. He wasn't even
He's
old enough to be off of his parents' health care.
yup.
It's just the
So it's
world,
like
man.
this whole glorification, this image that they built in their heads about this person. They had no, because I read into it, you know, I looked up, you know, more came out about him. I was reading, there was articles saying, you know, he was an elite, he went to an elite school. Um, he did suffer from back pain, but he got surgery for it
Yeah,
and was praising. He was
yeah.
happy. Oh, my surgery was great. I feel fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I don't understand. Okay, so he was so happy, his surgery worked, whatever. Then he went, decided to go on this backpacking Asian trip.
Right.
And 6 months later, like what, he got radicalized in 6 months? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's very strange to
Yeah.
me.
Wait, hey, question. You followed me on Kick, right?
No,
Oh,
no.
would you would you do me the honor?
Sure. Totally. Let me open it.
And then, keep it open in the background with the volume off so I get the views. I'd
Oh,
appreciate
okay.
that.
Let me get
And
let's
also this
see.
way you'll get a notification whenever I go live so you can always come and jump
Work.
on.
Absolutely, because I get
I'm at 38 followers now.
okay, so what's your handle? TikTok
Jordan
house.
World. It's the same.
Okay, so the same thing.
Yeah. I try to keep it the same across all my stuff to make it easier for people to find me.
Absolutely.
Um, Sleepy Joe was in my chat the other day.
What the oh, here we are. Follow.
Yes.
How's yours offline? So,
It does?
yeah.
That's weird
This
because
meeting and last live 14 minutes ago.
I'm live right now.
Let's oh, yep. Okay, now
Okay,
it's live.
cool. There we go.
All right. But yeah, let's talk about AOC.
Yeah, let's chop it up.
Okay.
Yeah, Candy Mint. Let's go.
Okay.
Wait, oh,
I'm in
Kickbot.
New York.
Kickbot's not giving me. I need to set up some of these cool little features so I get like a little thing on the screen whenever someone follows me and shit like that.
Like a notification.
Yeah, like a big notification. Kickbot
Okay.
should say it in chat, but let me see if I can send a little at Candy. Here, say something in chat for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you an OG badge.
Just, I'm gonna say hi.
Hey. And then first
Gonna come back.
I'm gonna give you a little peppy clapping, a peepo clap.
Oh, let's see that. Oh, wait.
Oh, and
Okay.
then look at this. Wait, look at this emote that I did. Look at this emote I did for me. It's my face making a stank face.
that picture, that 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 one picture you showed me that everybody keeps, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
turned it into an emote. Isn't that great?
Oh, I love it.
That way, anytime someone says something sus or something like that, like we can, you can use, people can use that as their,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, yeah, okay.
All right. Now, say something again. You should have
Okay.
a, you should have a badge now.
Um,
Yeah, just type some shit in chat. I want to see if that badge shows up. Mika, what are you doing? You want to see my dog, by the way?
Let me see.
Mika, come here. Come here, baby.
Mhm.
Let's get her on camera. Don't you knock my lights over, babes. Hi. Hi. So,
Wow. What is she?
she is a Shepherd Pit Bull mix.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's a sweet girl. Aren't you, sweet girl? Are you sweet girl? Yes, you are. Yes,
So,
you are. Okay. Did you get? Does it
she's
show the
big.
badge? Yeah, she's like 70 pounds.
She's like tall. Like you're sitting down and
She.
she's to your face. Like,
Oh no, she's standing on my chair.
oh, okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. Um, because she's on
I
my
like
bed
big dogs.
over there. Yeah, she's my
I like
big girl.
I like the
She's my big girl. You're my big girl, right?
I'm not one of those tiny dog put it in my purse kind of person. No.
Yeah, shaky
Give me
little
a big dog.
things.
A
Sh-
Rottweiler, a Doberman, a German Shepherd, a
yeah,
great yo, my
she's talking about
neighbor when I
me.
lived in Puerto Rico had two great days. Them things were ginormous.
Wait, you lived in Puerto Rico and your Spanish is how good or bad?
Mi español está bien, ¿por qué?
Ah, bueno, por eso. Nada, quería saber si podemos hablar en español de vez en cuando.
Sí, pues, si tú quieres hacer un stream para los latinos,
Sí,
me
pero para...
llama.
Sí, algún día vamos a hacer un stream para los latinos, pero para los gringos deberíamos hablar en inglés, ¿no?
Right. But yeah, I think it would be good. I think because I don't know how many Latinos are involved in politics.
There are
So
some,
that
I
would be
mean, there's some pretty
I
big Latino streams, you know?
yeah, but is it political German?
I don't know, not so much. Like the biggest one I
Right.
know of is Sergio Agüero.
That's what that you gotta find those niche, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Places. Like
yeah,
right now, social media is saturated with rich white men,
yeah. People
having
don't.
podcasts
Here's the
everywhere.
one thing though,
But
like
do we have
most Latinos,
Latino?
they don't like my type of Latino. They don't like Argentinos.
Who?
A lot of people they think we're arrogant, and to be fair, we kind of are.
Okay. But so is a lot of other people. Like,
Fair
so
enough.
many Puerto Ricans are not cocky as fuck.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
hmm So, but I think that's a good niche, you know what I mean, to build an audience, especially when there's not when the Latino vote is there's nothing we should be trying to get more of the Latino vote over to the left, even though I've said it a million times, Latinos do run more conservative, on the conservative side.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it
there
kind of
is
depends on the topic too.
but there is a lot that also run on the liberal side.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you engage that
Cubanos,
audience as well,
Cubanos, hardcore conservatives.
conservative.
But
Yep,
like it makes
yep,
sense, you know? It's like a function of trauma, you know?
yep,
Yeah. I
absolutely,
I don't
100%.
I don't really blame them, you know?
Absolutely right. It's this antiquated thinking that, you're not macho enough. You have to.
Did I ever tell you my
Right.
mom was the US ambassador to Cuba for 2 years?
Yes, sir, you do.
Yeah, so she spent a lot of time there, and being there made her more conservative, even though she's a Democrat. Um, being
Yeah.
there, even being there in her capacity, made her more conservative.
Yeah. Well, we do tend to. It's like, nowadays, a lot of people, young people, spend times in certain environments,
Hmm.
and there is an influence there. After a while, you're when you part of a group, a niche group, your ideas no longer start becoming your ideas. They become the group ideas,
Right.
So,
There's a lot of
uh,
groupthink nowadays.
yeah, which is funny because all of these guys that watch Joe Rogan because he's so manly, whatever, are betas.
Yeah,
They're a bunch
I
of
know.
betas.
But like I've listened to Rogan from time to time,
Listen,
and
they're a bunch of betas that want to be alphas, but are too busy crying too much to be an alpha.
true.
Oh,
Although,
no, they're the Democrats. They're, the left, crying and whining about us all the time.
what do
Like,
you
if you're
feel?
fully an alpha, to me, a true alpha shakes it off, right?
Yeah,
And keeps going.
yeah,
Shake
yeah.
it off. Okay, whatever. You threw this my way. Shake it off.
Or
Keep
you be
going.
like
Not
Destiny,
that.
right? You be a Sigma.
They're just, they're just like, oh, the left, my girlfriend, this and that. I don't have a girlfriend, or my girlfriend doesn't want me
Oh,
anymore.
the
Oh my God.
incels, man. There's so
Shut
many incels
up.
nowadays. We were just
I'm
talking
just,
about Andrew
yeah, but
Tate
you're not
in
going to be
chat
an
earlier.
alpha behaving like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you want to be in your mind an alpha, but you're behaving like a beta.
Yeah.
Act like an alpha and you become an alpha. Stop whining, dust yourself off. It's not the end of the world. We've all been rejected, whether it's by
Yeah, for
a,
real. And it sucks, and
a
it's okay that
partner,
it
whether
sucks.
it. Listen, I told you this story too. Like, as a female, you know how many times I was passed over for promotion
Oh
by
yeah.
my male counterparts,
Hmm.
less qualified male counterparts.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Cry about it. Oh no, they didn't give me the promote. No, I dust myself off. Okay, and I go apply to a company that will appreciate my skill set,
Hell yeah.
and I make more now. I make more money.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
There you go. You dust yourself off and you just move on. You
Yep.
don't sit there, just crying about things because nothing's gonna get done.
Nope.
If you really want to achieve something, then achieve it. Don't just sit there and cry about it.
100%. No, I'm with you 100%. Um, I think people have had it really, really easy, and so they expect things to get handed to them.
I agree to a lot. I agree.
Yeah. And
I
like,
I okay. So one thing I want to talk about is,
yeah.
um pe- people say they voted for Trump because of. I think a lot of people who say, "Well, I voted for Trump because of inflation." I don't think it was inflation. I don't think it was the prices. Because these same people are out there buying DoorDash, getting new cars,
Right.
spending their money like, yeah. So it really is not. They just think they could use that excuse to say, okay, without repercussions, like, okay, it was the economy. Because if you really wanted the economy, then you would have voted the other way. You know
Yeah,
what I
it
mean?
feels more cultural.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
agree
that
with you.
AOC survey that she did about the people telling her, "Oh, I voted because the economy." Stop with that bullshit.
But then there were a lot of people, for example, that again that voted her that did not vote for Kamala or voted for Trump but voted for AOC.
Right, because the ugh, the political environment that we live nowadays is a cult of personality. They like
Agreed.
AOC. So I'm gonna vote for her. I
Because she's
like
got,
her.
yeah,
She's young.
yeah,
She's outspoken. Oh, I like her. I'm gonna vote for her.
yeah.
I don't like Kamala. Yeah, I'm not voting for her.
I hear you. Yeah,
That's really what it comes down
I think
to.
that's a pretty decent point. My stream just fucking froze up. I think.
She's likable. And I think most people like her because she's likable. Because I've been following her for a long time. I live in New York. I voted for her several times.
Right.
But then I see her going on streams, making comments about Joe Biden, and I'm like, that's not necessary. You know what I mean?
It was not helpful.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Stand behind your people. You know what I mean? That's how I was taught.
Wait for when we're not in the middle of like an insanely important election cycle.
Thank you.
That would
Okay.
be very nice.
Then the
It,
other thing that kind of put the nail in the coffin for me was when she went and said, "Oh, the Democrats abandoning the working class."
yeah.
I was floored when she said that,
Yeah, I didn't like
which was
that.
what Bernie Sanders also said. She was mimicking Bernie. She's the up to me. She's going to turn into the next Bernie Sanders. Bernie
Bernie,
Sanders is retiring, and she's going to take his place. I bet you.
I have a special place in my heart for Bernie because I know he means well, but I disagree now with him probably more than I ever have.
Bernie's heart is in the right place, and everybody that
Yes.
brings Bernie up, it's like I understand how you feel about, but Bernie's not going to win.
Shit, I voted for him
Bernie
in the
is not.
primaries in both 2016 and 2020.
He's not going to win. It's a you're wasting a vote.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
And
ridiculous.
look, in the
When
primaries,
she when she
vote for
when she
whoever
said,
you want in the primaries, right? But when it comes to like the real thing, like let's get fucking serious, man. Come on.
but when AOC said that Democrats abandoned the working class, I could not. All of Kamala's policies, what she met up with unions.
Yep.
It's all pro union and working class. All the benefits from giving an extra child tax credit for working families, giving
Biden
you
was
a
one of the most
$25,000
pro-union
credit.
presidents we've ever had.
She is. And then she was going to give Kamala her promises for her campaign was
Yep.
also to give $5,000 to new home buyers. Again, the working class being able to
Yep.
buy a home. All of her
The
policies were
fifty
for working
thousand
class.
dollar the
And
$50,000 tax credit for startups and small businesses.
they working class. Okay.
Working class.
As soon as she lost the election, what does AOC go? Oh, the Democrats abandoned the working class. Yo, I wanted to get in through my screen and slap the shit out of her.
I see why you're upset by that. That's a little upsetting to me as well. Um, yeah, like what are you doing? You're throwing us under the bus for your own
She
political
throws them under
position.
the bus when it's clear that everything Kamala said is pro working class. But
Hmm.
people eat her up because they like her.
I think one of
Oh, she's
the
right. Oh,
I think
I
one
like,
of the
like,
big problems Kamala had though was that she did have trouble articulating certain plans and things, and that was difficult, right? When she was in a lot of those interviews, she didn't go into detail about a lot of the stuff she wanted to do, and if she had, I
but
think that
okay,
would have helped.
okay. So
I
let me
agree there's
counter
a
that.
double standard. Hang on.
No, no,
I agree
I'm,
there's a double
I'll say
standard.
that. Okay, you know where I'm going with this. I'm gonna counter
Yes.
that.
I knew what
She
you were
didn't
going to say.
articulate them, but what did Trump
No,
articulate?
no, of course. I
Concept of a
agree.
plan.
I agree that there's an entirely huge double standard. However, being upset about a double standard doesn't win us the presidency. Doing the thing that there's the double standard for and saying fuck it, we're going to do it even if there's a double standard, that's what wins us the presidency.
I don't think it has nothing to do with that. I think it has to do with people saying that she's not. People, oh, she was going out there. She was putting out her message. But if you don't want to listen to her
That's
message,
true. I mean, that's true. Yeah. I mean, you're
you
not
could be.
entirely wrong there.
People saying that people no keep people said, "Oh, Joe Biden, he's too old. We're not going to vote for him." So what did they do? They changed the candidate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now we got Kamala, young woman, blah blah blah. Okay.
Poor Joe
Oh
Biden.
yeah.
I feel so bad
No,
for
no, no.
her.
Hold on. No, no, no. She was like, okay, no, okay, but she's not going in mainstream media. She needs to be more out there, and she was. She picked it up. She started
Mm-hmm.
going out there. Blah, blah, blah. But that's not enough. And every time they take the goalpost and push
Yeah.
it back.
Well, hey, look, if there's anyone good at moving goalposts, it's Republicans.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, even let's say you more messaging, and she still wouldn't have won because again, that goalpost would have been pushed back again,
What do you
and
think
that's what they.
about what do you think about the thought that there wasn't really that much of a chance because, as we've talked about a lot on Destiny's stream, like incumbents were losing across the world because of the economic downturn post COVID.
I think I think there's a ring of truth to that,
Hmm.
but I think most of the people that are saying it's that isn't that.
What do you think?
Why what? Why people didn't vote for Kamala?
Yeah, what do you think was the nail in the coffin? Or maybe multiple nails in
There
the
isn't
coffin?
it. I don't think that. Listen, Ka- I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
Kamala is not likable.
Okay.
When she tried to run in 2016, right? When 2016, yeah, this is 20, no, 2020. When she tried to run independently in 2020, how many delegates did she get?
Like like a
None.
couple? Oh, she got none? I thought she got at
Oh,
least
I
like
don't
one or
think she
two.
got any. No, she
Oh,
didn't make it to the last three that were still there. It was Joe Biden,
Bernie.
and a few, yes, Bernie and someone else. But she didn't make it to the
Mm,
last round
yeah. She had a couple
because
good moments in debates,
people
though. I
didn't like
remember
her.
that.
But then again, you also have to, and it's a crutch, and I don't like bringing it up, but you also have to consider that she's a woman and she's black.
Yeah. That's two times now. Two times now
Mm.
that we've had
You
women
know,
lose to Donald Trump. What does that say about
I
us?
honestly, even if I know people say, "Oh, Joe Biden should have gotten out sooner," whatever. I don't think that even if Joe got, I don't think she would have won.
You know what, though? No, well, the thing is, if
The,
Joe Biden had
this
gotten out
country,
sooner.
this
Hang on.
country that
Hang
is
on. Here,
50% over
the
50%
reason
racist.
the reason we say that is if Joe Biden had gotten out sooner, we could have held an actual primary. It might not have even been her.
You know what? Okay. I'm glad you brought that up too,
Yeah.
because when he stepped down, I thought we were gonna have a primary.
Yeah, but
I
there
was
was no
shocked.
time. There was no
I
time.
I was I was shocked that they were just. okay, they're just gonna push their candidate. Like
How are
I
we?
didn't,
Yeah, but how are we
I
going to
didn't
hold a
vote for her. I
primary
didn't.
with 3 months to go? I mean, like, that would have been suicide for sure. And if you remember, in the beginning of her campaign, everything looked great. She was surging, right? But she just didn't talk about the things that she was talking about early on in her campaign.
I don't know. Listen,
Hmm.
people would bring up stuff like, oh, she wants to do trans surgery. Do you know in jail? Do you know who signed that bill to have trans? That was Trump.
Of course it was. It's always Trump, right? He's always complaining about some shit that he did and he points it on them. What was one? Let's see. What are some of the examples? Cuz there's one in my head I know I remember that I like to bring up, but it's escaping me right now. Um fuck fuck. I can't remember
I
what it
there's
was.
a there's a bright shining star. I don't know if you've heard of him. There's a bright shining star in the Democratic Party. He's from Texas. He's an upcoming. He's running for. He's young. He's awesome. This kid is
It's not
absolutely
Beto, is it?
no. Let me look him up real quick.
Hmm.
Damn, why can't I remember his name? Isaiah Martin.
Okay, I haven't even heard of him.
Oh, look him up.
Okay, let's see.
Look, I'm gonna send you some stuff later about him. And he does like little streams like this. And one of his streams, he had somebody come up there and say, "Well, Kamala Harris, uh, tried to go after Michael Jackson." So then he's like, "Wait a minute, hold
What
on."
the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, so he looks it up and he's like, "Wait a minute, Tom." If they Michael Jackson died in 2019 and she didn't become the Attorney General till like 2 years later, so how did she come out? Like people make shit up. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah.
I'm telling you that this is what Kamala is working against. The fact that people, oh, she came after Michael Jackson when she was the Attorney General of California. My guy, he died in 2009. She didn't become a AG to 2012.
Oh my
Where's the map?
god.
Where's the map?
That's right, obviously. Holy
You
shit.
know what I mean? And he's amazing. This guy, oh my God, he is so amazing. And he has these little clips that he just keeps over. It's so hilarious.
See,
And
I'm
like,
on his
and this,
website right
and
now.
that is what Kamala is working against. All this misinformation, disinformation, people making up stuff. Oh, she went after this person. She went after when she wasn't even attorney general at that
Dude, the
time. Like,
amount of misinformation I'm seeing about the fires currently going on in my city, like, actually makes me rage. It makes me so upset. Some of it
I
coming from Republicans who live in this city, who just want to take the opportunity to point the finger at Democratic leadership.
that shit is gonna end because once this Trump is in the office and he's 100% there, everything he does, it he can't turn around and say, "Well, it's the Democrat," because you're running the presidency, you're running the House, and you're gonna run the
Well, yeah,
Senate.
that's what happened to
You
him.
cannot
That's why he
blame
lost in 2020 because he couldn't blame anybody.
that guy is really a piece of work. And it's just like people volunteer to, I think a lot of these people know better, but it gives them clout. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
just people come to their streams because
Fucking
oh,
Aiden Ross. Ugh. Ugh.
j- look at Zuckerberg kissing up to. Listen, this is all gonna be short-lived because Trump is only gonna be in office 4 years.
I agree. We just need to fucking hold our noses for 4 years, and then
Yeah, yeah, the moment is gonna be short-lived, and all these people, that have, especially rich people have this mentality where it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
yeah.
But we have to hold them accountable. We can't just say, oh, well, okay, no. When Mark Zuckerberg no longer is in the cloud of the right and tries to come back to the left, because he will, we got to hold him accountable and be like, no, 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 you're not forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
And all these people, no, you're not forgiven. No, no, because it's all of this is going to be short lived. God forbid something happens to Trump in the next 1 or 2 years. All of this is going to be short lived, and all
And
these
in the
people,
meantime, we need to whip the party in line. Okay, we need to get everybody back in line because this sort of fractured Democratic Party, that ain't it. That's not gonna win us shit.
which is why I keep going back to AOC. She keeps blasting her own party. What are you doing, woman?
But then she also, during the election, she was all for Kamala. So I give her that at least. And she hasn't why does this keep
Yeah,
happening?
it went a little wonky there. I missed
Yeah,
some of what you
my
said.
stream fucking cut out. Why does this keep happening? This happens like once or twice every stream and it fucking kills me. You remember when that was happening to Destiny for a while?
I know.
His
You,
stream would cut
I'm
out.
gonna tell you, I started following Destiny about maybe 4 months ago,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
6 months
Okay.
ago, and I've heard of him through Philip DeFranco.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, so I watched Philip DeFranco. See, there's a lot. This is the thing. Okay, so I watched Philip DeFranco. I also watched Brian Tyler Cohen.
I like
I
Brian
also
Tyler Cohen.
watched, yeah, I like him. Uh, and you there?
Yeah, sorry, my network was
Okay,
fucking up
it's
again. I
okay.
don't know why it's
Yeah,
doing
I
that
got
right
it.
now. Hang on, I'm just trying to
Take
fix
your
this
time.
up. This is pissing me off. I need to understand why it's doing this.
I just wish sometimes the Democratic Party would punch, kick, scream, shout, stop being so, I'm above it all, because it just makes you look less relatable.
Right.
It doesn't make you look more, it makes you look snobby, snooty, and it makes you look less relatable. You know, kick and punch every now and again. Show
Right.
the people that you're human, that
Show
you
some
have,
strength.
that you're not, yes, that yeah, I get angry too. Yes, I get this too. Like, show people that you're human. That's, to me, that's the biggest flaw. They try to be so proper and so above it all. Fuck that. Stop
Mm-hmm.
being above. You're not looking like, people want to relate to people who look like them, who sound like them, who act like them. That's what the Democratic Party has. That's above the left. Is that in their side they have people willing to shout, scream, kick, whatever, say stupid things, because that's what they're feeling. They're relating. They're relatable to them.
Right.
And that's what we need on our side. People who stop being so bougie. Oh, I'm so above it. How are you relating to the average American when you're behaving like that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we need we shouldn't be classless, right? We shouldn't
What?
just
No, right.
go quite that
We're
low.
not going to be like MMA fighters or
Right.
anything, but
Or we won't
we
be
also
we
need.
don't want to be as bad as Trump himself, right? But
Right.
we can like when Walsh was calling them weird and shit. That kind of worked.
Oh my God. I love Tim Walz.
Yeah.
And when he called, no, when he called Elon a dipshit, he was
Yeah.
jumping like a dipshit. Oh my God, I
That was
lost it.
so funny because Elon is an absolute dipshit.
Listen, I would have voted for Mike Walz.
I think
Had been,
Walls was good. Although I don't know, in hindsight, and at the time, I was kind of hoping for Shapiro because he had such high support in Pennsylvania.
No, my two, if they were in the running for president, would be Gavin Newsom and Mike Waltz. Mike Waltz
Man,
because he's Coach Waltz. He's so
Republicans fucking
relatable. You know what I mean? Hey,
hate
Coach,
Newsom.
let's go in there. Hey, Coach, let's do this. Hey, Coach, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That was so appealing to me.
yeah,
The relatable, and he was still classy. He was himself, but he was relatable, and that's what we need. We need more relatable people, not people who are snooty and snob. Even uh, what's his name, Schiff. I can't stand. I can't stand Adam Schiff because every time I look at him, he looks so smug. He has this smug look to him, like I don't know. It's so weird. He has this smug look, like like
yeah.
I don't know. I don't like
Um,
it.
all right, fair enough. Sorry,
I
I'm
don't
I'm
think that's
also
smug
trying to
enough.
see like if I can put out network logs and try to figure out why the heck, like at least once or twice a stream, my
Like,
kick stream gets like cut off for network reasons. I'm trying to understand why, but I can't figure it out. It's been happening for a while and it's pissing me off.
I like that game, No Man's Sky.
What's that?
That's the game, No Man's Sky.
Yeah, you ever played it?
I think I did.
Do you want to? Do you want to?
It's not a new game unless it's
No,
still around.
but they continue updating it for free. It's an
Uh,
incredible game. It's a
yeah,
lot of
I
fun.
played it, and I didn't really. It didn't speak to me too much. So
I really enjoy it. It's also very different from like the game that it first was when it came out. Um, they've so when it came out, like it was considered a huge disappointment. But then since then, they've made it like the
see,
game they
yeah, I
originally
told
promised
you.
and more.
I know I was talking about. I was like, I remember the game,
Yeah.
but I don't. Yeah, it was not very good.
But then it became like a story of like how a gaming company can turn things around if they address all of the failures they made on launch. And
Politics. I think there's a lot of people don't understand how politics or how what's in the purview of the president, or like pricing costs of food. The president can't just unilaterally say, "Oh, magic wand, prices are lower." You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's not how it works. So I think people need to understand what's in the purview of the presidency and what's not in the purview of the presidency. What can be legislated, and
right.
so I think people doesn't don't understand that. They think that we vote for these people and they magically can do everything, and it's not. You need votes from the right and votes from the left. You need this, that. There's a lot of things that they can do. There's a lot of things they can't do. There's a lot of things you have to go to your local government, your local legislators. You don't go to the White House and ask them to pave your street if there's a hole. You go to your local legislators and you say, "Listen, I got a hole in my street. I need you guys to fix it." You know what I mean? And
Yep.
I think people don't know that. People don't understand that. They just think that, oh yeah, well, things just magically happen.
Let's see. Because it happened again. It's like the third time.
Uh
My shit just crashed. Now I have fucking bots all up in my chat. You see that?
yeah, those are bots. I see it.
Yeah. Hang on.
Um, did you look at Google? Like, my kick stream keeps disconnecting.
Yeah.
See if anybody on um if there's information out there about somebody that knows what to do. about stuff like that. That's what I
Let's
do. I'm
see.
like,
Streaming
okay.
Try coding disabling IPv6.
I'll be back. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing. Look up that stuff.
Yep.
Find anything you could use?
I'm trying to see if there's like a way to output logs from the program I'm using. Doesn't look like it has built-in thing. What is going on? Um,
I think you should figure out why you're disconnecting first. You can save the log.
yeah. Uh, uh, uh. Do, do, do. Mm-mm. Yeah, this is frustrating. Obviously. Oh, you made the sus face. Funny.
Trying to see if you catch on.
Checking network problems. Let's see. Just doing a network diagnostic. Ethernet next. This might
This
cut.
was happening to you yesterday too?
Day before yesterday. Yeah, it happens like at least once a stream. Um, let's see.
Are you using OBS?
I'm using Prism. Properties.
It says is the ISP.
What did you find?
It says that often the problem can be caused by periodic interruptions due to poor signal quality in the lines from your modem to your internet service provider, ISP.
I mean, I wonder if that's it, but like I'm also using Ethernet from my device, so it's not going to be that. Um, Let me see something.
Are you using, let me ask you, do you use Wi-Fi on your computer or do you use
Ethernet.
direct Ethernet? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I also don't know if it's like my almost 10-year-old computer, you know? But it's like it drops network frames. It's got to be something with the network.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be both. If
Sudden
the
bitway
computer is
transact
not
36.
really
Alright. Let's see.
geared to, if the computer is not geared to handle a certain bandwidth or whatever, it could have problems as well.
Yeah, let me see. Maybe in the task manager, if I use like the network performance Ethernet. Open the resource monitor. Keep that open as well. See if we have any problems here. Okay. Okay. Prism Live Studio. And then maybe I'll keep this open for like the next time this happens. Maybe I can like catch it in the act. Man, see, this is one of those times where I wish I had a big community so they can like, we have like some network engineers in chat who will be like, "Oh, it could be this, it could be that." You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Destiny, whenever he's having a problem, he can just ask people in chat, and then usually he'll be like, "No, you're all retarded." But I wish,
But yeah, but
yeah,
going back to that,
yeah,
but going back to that again, like, I wish the left had more people who, like Mike Walls, who wasn't afraid to call
Tim
fucking
Walls, Tim Walls,
Tim Walls,
yeah,
called him a dipshit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
some you're relatable. People like you when you're relatable. You have to be more relatable. You have to stop sitting in that pedestal, like Michelle Obama. I get what she's saying. When they go low, we go high. But sometimes
right,
high is a little too high. Sometimes it's a little too high. You got to relate to the people. You got to be relatable. People have to like you. And that's
agreed.
what people like Trump. That's what it is. And he could
Yeah,
say anything and do anything and he gets away with it because
anything,
people like him.
any fucking thing. They like him so much no matter what he does or says, and it's fucking crazy.
But he builds his audience. And people have short memories. Um, Trump has been curating his following for a very long time.
Yep.
The whole 8 years that Obama was president, he was harassing Obama on Twitter.
Completely the birther shit. Oh my god.
He's not a legitimate president. He doesn't have a birth certificate.
Was
And
born in
people would
Kenya.
and that's when he started curating his following.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, "Yeah, it's true. Oh yeah, you know what I mean." That's where the beginnings. That and The Apprentice. People think that The Apprentice is real. That it's not scripted, even though it's supposed to be reality TV.
Right.
And they see that strong white man behind the board, thinking, okay, oh, that's who. No, that's not who he is. It's a bit of who he is, but not completely. But he's been curating his following for a very long time. So think about it. The 8 years that Obama was president, that's 8 years right there, curating your following. People who are, racist, white supremacists,
Right.
all curating his. So he's been curating his following for a very long time. It's not something like in 2016, oh my God, everybody likes. No, he's been curating everybody. When Obama became president, a lot of people were upset. A lot of people did not want a black man to be president.
Yeah, I
And
remember that. They were
yep,
very, very upset. Yeah.
very upset. Ve- Mitch McConnell was very upset, which was he was the leader of the Senate still at the
The
time.
turtle man.
And yes. And a lot, people were upset. Like a lot of people were upset. And that's why he curated his following. And then now it's just he can say whatever he says and people make excuses for him. Did you see he was at the funeral of Jimmy Carter?
Yes. You saw him and
None
Obama laughing it up?
Okay, right. But it's funny because this one guy, his take on it was that Obama was kowtowing to him when it's
Obama
clearly
doesn't have to
Trump.
kowtow to anybody. Obama's retired. Like, he
When
doesn't have to do
you look at
shit.
the video, when you look at the video, you could see it's clearly Trump
Yeah.
leaning towards Obama, making jokes and kowtowing to him.
Yeah, like, get the
So,
fuck out of here.
yeah. So, and then when nobody shook his hand, um,
Trump?
when Bush showed up with his wife, he didn't shake his hand. When Hillary showed up, she didn't shake his hand. Um, Mike Pence shook his hand because he went up to Mike Pence, but his wife did not
Did
shake his
not shake
hand.
his hand, yeah.
He was on a corner, and Obama was like, "I ain't afraid of this guy. I'm gonna sit right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit right next to him. I'm gonna show him that I ain't afraid of him." And he sat right there, and and that was his basically his buddy because nobody else was talking to him. Nobody else was
True.
him or I don't even know why he showed up to that because he was talking about how Jimmy Carter was a terrible president and
I
stuff. And then he
know. He
shows up
said some awful shit about him, and then he threw a hissy fit about the flags being at half mast for his inauguration.
and then he shows up at his funeral.
Yeah. I mean, he's supposed to, I guess. Presidents are supposed to show up for the funerals of presidents.
Guess what? President are supposed to also show up to the inauguration of the next president. That
Yeah.
didn't stop not showing up.
No, it did not. He was throwing a tantrum saying, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go.
He did not go. He did not
Nope.
go to Biden's inauguration. He did not. There's also like before they get inaugurated, they get invited to the White House and they, go around and they shake hands and sit
Yeah.
down. And he didn't do that either. Biden did that for Trump when he came over, and everybody, oh, why is he chumming with Trump when he's talking all this stuff? Because that's normal. That's basically what's done every time. Every time a new president comes, they throw punches right at each other because it's politics. They throw blows at each other all day, and then when it comes time, okay, you lost. I concede. You won. Okay, come over to the White House. We'll have our lunch or whatever it is. It's the norm, you know.
Right. But yeah, but he's not a
But
guy
he
for
didn't do that
norms.
either.
Yeah.
He didn't do that either, and he
Yeah,
didn't go to
absolutely
the
not.
inauguration. And it's like, yeah. So we're gonna talk about norms. Breaking norms. No one has broken more norms than.
Donald John Trump.
mm,
I can't believe his middle name is
No,
John.
I could not. This guy that kept saying, "Oh, there was no wars under me." He wants to annex Canada. What the fuck?
And Greenland and Panama.
There was no wars under me.
Yeah.
I want to see him blame the Democrats for that too.
2 seconds. I gotta go take a piss. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Did my shit go down while I was gone?
Did you shake it more than 3 times? Because if you do that,
That's
you're doing
jerking off.
something else.
I'm no, I did not.
If you shake it more than 3 times, you're doing something else.
Yeah,
That's
don't
okay.
worry. I was appropriate for stream.
We were talking about annexing.
Yeah.
I think the guy is. I want to see how he spins this and says it's the Democrats' fault when he's trying not to annex the 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 consensus is the general that he's trying to secure his legacy
Hmm.
basically by expanding our territories. Like he'll be known like the president who
Yeah, but
made America,
I mean, like we haven't done
even
that.
more.
We haven't done that in like how many fucking years?
Than what? Annexed another country?
Yeah, like annexed territory. Like that's not how we operate anymore.
Frowned upon. I mean, we're part of NATO. NATO is supposed to be protecting people's territories. The whole
Mm-hmm.
um, premise of NATO is to protect people and their territories. And
Yep.
we're just gonna go, eh,
Start
whatever.
annexing shit left and
Eh,
right.
just take stuff. Why not? Who cares? They don't need that land. We can use it. It's insane. It's insane. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How
No,
we're
I
gonna
agree with
survive
you.
for
I agree with you.
how
I
we're gonna
think.
survive 4 years of it. And
Uh,
it's scary stuff. I had posted because I have an account on Blue Sky, and I posted, you
I
know,
still haven't joined Blue
it,
Sky.
it has to be absolutely, think about it, right? Trump has fascistic tendency,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But we're like basically considered the most powerful country in the world.
Sure.
How scary does it look to the rest of the world when the most
Oh,
powerful
so
country,
scary.
it has to.
Yeah.
It has to.
100%.
It has to. Because we're not talking about a small country somewhere trying to annex another country. We're talking about the USA, which is
United States of
military
America.
with this military superpower that we have. People have to be scared. You know what I mean? Like I could only imagine having another Hitler type person, but in America, which we're so powerful, that is insanity. And I can imagine, but people just pe- they have to be scared. They have to be worried. They have to be concerned.
I know, but I think they're like stuck between being concerned and laughing their asses off at this guy.
I think they should take him seriously.
Yeah.
I think they should take him seriously. I
It's
don't
hard to
think
do that though, isn't it?
every every time Trump opens his mouth, it's a confession. Every time. People
I
don't take him
agree.
seriously until he does it, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, okay. Like it's like, they oh, they'll be like, oh, he didn't say it, but if he said it, he didn't mean it. But if he meant it, he's not gonna do it. But if he does it, it's not gonna no, if he tries to do it, it's not gonna happen. But if it happens, it never happens.
True,
Like they'll just
right?
completely
Like
black it out.
he'll find a way to like COVID. Like everybody Destiny brings this up all the time.
They'll
It's
just
like
say, oh,
COVID
it's
has
not
just
true,
been
that never
wiped from
happened.
everybody's memory. It's like nobody remembers that it happened at all.
COVID? Yes.
Yeah.
There's this resentment and anger over COVID. I don't understand that either. because okay, we were on lockdown. It wasn't great. It wasn't handled the best way it could have. But what what person can honestly say they got something right the first time? No one can ever say that. And
Right.
if you say that, you're a liar. Because even as we grow up as children, we don't get things right the first time.
No.
We right.
We have to learn.
We grow up, nobody gets it right. And that's how we learn as humans. We get it wrong and then we try again and then we get nobody gets things 100. And yeah, it wasn't great, but it wasn't a disaster. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Right.
as exaggerated as people make it. Oh, they had us locked down. Okay, so they had you stay in your house. How horrible. These people are so mean. Wow.
I loved it.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God.
I
God
thought it was
forbid.
great. I thought it was awesome. I had an
You know,
excuse to stay home and not interact with living people. What the really big bummer is, I should have started streaming during the lockdown,
right.
right?
But it's
Because
like
that's when
people
everybody
act like
started exploding.
it was like you would think they were like tortured, or something,
Yeah.
because they're so okay, you have to stay home. Okay. Wow. Okay. Like big deal. And then it's like vaccines were not mandatory. That nobody was forced to get a vaccine. And if you didn't get one, that's fine. But then you can't expose the rest of us, to your germs. So, be at least considerate and wear a mask or something, but these people wanted to go and keep spreading stuff and doing whatever they want to do, not taking care of. And it's like, why wouldn't you want to, if, wouldn't you rather be safe than sorry? If you could get sick, or your grandmother could get sick, or your mother could get sick,
Hmm.
why would you risk it? Why would you take that chance? Why would you? I don't know, because I'm a rebel. I
I'm a
need to
rebel.
rebel against the
I need
government.
to do what I want to do. Government
Yeah,
can't tell me
I
what to
will not
do.
rebel against the government because the government has me oppressed.
Government can't tell me what to do. No, sir. Yeah,
It's like,
it's goofy.
it is goofy.
Some goofy
If
shit.
somebody came to you and told you, if your mom doesn't get, these medicines, she's gonna die. What are you gonna say? Oh, well, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I ain't giving her no medicines.
Yeah, how's that gonna work out? Mom ain't gonna be happy.
You see what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
it's almost like nonsensical to even have that frame of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine, you could be a conspiracy theorist, you could not believe in the government, but when it comes to your health, the health of your family, the well-being of the people you love and care for, why go there? Why, why do you have to go there and risk their well-being? When it's like, it's not that what they're asking about from you, it's not that wear a mask. Wow, so hard. Stay indoors. Oh my God, I can't believe they're torturing me. They're
I know.
waterboarding me.
Such torture. Getting to be lazy, watch all the shit I want, play video games all day. How fucking horrible.
But they act like they got this, like, this COVID trauma. It's like COVID was the
That's
worst thing
such,
that ever
dude, that is
happened.
like the biggest first world trauma.
Bullshit. And they were probably indoors anyways to begin with. They probably wasn't even going out to begin with.
Shit, I was.
But
I mean, I do go out sometimes, but I can be a bit of a homebody, you know? I like to be at home a lot. I enjoy that. My
and
friends
there's
invite
nothing
me
wrong with
places.
that.
They know
But
I rarely go. I'm going out with friends a little more lately though, because I'm like, okay,
same,
I'm
same thing with
working
the
out
California
now. I'm
fires.
feeling better
Yeah,
about myself.
same thing with the California fires. You ain't gonna
Mm.
tell me I can't leave my house. Leave your fucking house.
Yeah,
You're gonna burn alive.
my sister is
You know
here
what I'm
with
saying? Like,
my sister is here with me right now. She had to evacuate her apartment.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? That's that
Yeah.
mentality. You know, I mean, well, nobody's gonna kick me out of my house. I'll burn in it. Oh,
Then
okay.
that's what's gonna happen, dog.
Right? Okay, crazy.
If that's
You
what you
know,
think,
like,
then that's what'll happen.
and instead of rallying around the people and trying to help and offer assistance however that you can, they're just spreading misinformation. Same thing. They did the same with the hurricane, saying that, oh, they're not going to offer you assistance, and if they do, they're going to take away your house. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That was the hurricane in North Carolina.
Yeah, that was crazy. And
They
then the
eating the
lies
cats and the
people were
dogs.
spreading about FEMA and shit.
They eating the cats and the dogs.
They're eating the cats and dogs. I can't believe we elected that guy. Can't believe we
That's what I'm
elected
saying.
that guy.
Think about. Just take a second and think about that. The guy who said publicly they're eating the cats, the dogs, they're eating the pets
Oh my
was the one
god.
that was elected to be president.
He's the president. He's the president. Well, he's about to be. And he's about to replace like such a good president too.
Joe Biden was good, but yeah, he's he has one foot in the grave.
Yeah, but I'd literally take a corpse over Trump.
Absolutely, but okay. So when Biden ran again, I thought he was gonna run. He said, "I'm running as a one term," and then he kind of like he did say it, but he kind of like then didn't say it anymore. And I was under the impression that he was gonna run for one term, and I was okay with that. I was like, fine, one term. Then when he said, I was upset when he said he was gonna run for a second time because it wasn't so much uh he long term. I don't think he would have lasted the 4 years. You know what I mean? If you got to think long term, like if I elect him now, yeah, he might make it the first year, but then the second year, what's gonna happen? And then people were complaining that they didn't want if that was to happen, then they didn't want Kamala by default to be the president. So I was saying, change your vice president. Why can't a president change their vice president from one term to another?
Hang on. Sorry.
Okay.
Say that again?
So people were like, he said he was going to run as a one term. And my concern was, to me, he wasn't going to make it to 4 years.
He did say
So
he
then
was going to run as a one term, right?
he did.
So then
He
why
said
didn't
it,
he?
and then, but this is the thing. He said it, but he only said it like maybe one time, and
Mm-hmm.
then kind of like left it, like, you know. So kind like everybody was under the impression that he was, but he didn't mention it again, so we kind of didn't really think
Kind
about
of,
it.
we forgot quotes, air quotes,
Forgot.
forgot about it.
Yeah. So then when he ran, or tried to run again, I remember. I was like, wait, he said he was going to run as a one-term president.
Yeah.
And my concern was that, to me, he wasn't going to make it 2 years. By default, Kamala was going to be president. And I think that was the concern of a lot of people, that
Yeah.
by default, she was going to be president because he wasn't going to last the 4 years. So I said, okay, change your vice president. Why can't a president change the vice president from one term to another? They can. Why do you have to stick with pick Gavin Newsom or someone else? Like you said, Shapiro's your go-to. Change the candidate that if I'm sure that if Biden would have run and changed his vice president, he would have won. I'm convinced.
Who do you think would have been the right choice for him?
Okay, I like Gavin Newsom.
I like Gavin Newsom too, but he's also very divisive for like a lot of people. And that's my governor. I think the guy is great, but a lot of people like really hate his guts.
Mike Waltz would have been also a good choice.
Tim Walz.
Then why do I keep saying Mike Waltz? Who is Mike Waltz? Wait a minute. Is there
I
a Mike Waltz?
I think there is a Mike Waltz. Yeah.
Tim Waltz. Tim Waltz would have been a good option.
Wait, let me look up
I
Mike
think
Waltz
that
because
he
I'm
had.
pretty sure there is a Mike Waltz.
I think there is. I think
Yeah,
that's what it is.
he's a U.S. representative for Florida's 6th congressional district. He's a
There you go.
Republican. He's a Trump guy, I think. Yeah. Yeah,
I think had
Mark
he
Waltz is a
ran
Trump guy.
with a different vice president, a male white. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, a male white president, people would have voted for Biden because at least they would know, okay, maybe if it doesn't make it, we have this backup. You know, that we like our backup choice. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because a lot of white people supposedly didn't want to vote because they didn't want Kamala to be by default if he couldn't complete the dump her ass. She served through 4 years. Thank you for your service, sweetie. But this time I'm gonna have to go with someone else. But Democrats sometimes can't get out of their own way. You know what I mean? He wants to stick to his guns. He wants to, even when your guns are saying you're going to lose. Same thing like about stepping down. Even when your guns are telling you you're going to lose, you still want to stick to your guns, and that's the problem with Democratic Party. Instead of listen, they don't listen. But I'm convinced that had he chosen a different vice president, he would have won.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think you could be right about that because, that was everyone's concern is like, okay, when he fucking drops dead. By the way, if he lives past 2028, I'm going to flip everybody in the universe off.
I don't think it's so much living because you could see that his cognitive ability is kind of declining. Like when
I
he
mean, yeah,
talks
but like,
down,
I'm sorry, have we not listened to the shit that's coming out of Donald Trump's mouth?
you're absolutely right.
Like,
You're absolutely right.
like it's just like, yeah, sure, but like the alternative seems like he like has like the batshit crazy type of dementia, you know? Like Joe just seems really old. Donald seems like the grandpa at the family dinner who, fucking dips his balls in the mashed potatoes in front of everybody for no reason.
Because they're warm. Nice to feel of warm, squishy mashed potatoes on his bones.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But like,
Well, that's right.
it's like if we're talking dementia, right? Like there are different kinds of dementia, and some of them are
I'm
way
talking
worse
about
than
not
others.
dementia. I'm talking about like you could see him like if Biden when he talks, he he struggles to kind of almost process a thought nowadays. He'll be like
Listen,
stuck, like
Trump
and
struggles
then
to process almost every thought. Okay.
no. While Biden struggles to process a thought, Trump struggles processing too many thoughts. He wants to
Yeah,
talk about sharks and batteries and windmills and whales and drip, 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 the water in the
yeah.
sink.
So then,
And
the way I see it, is if Biden is slowing down, right? It's his cabinet that's doing a lot of the work. And if you look at his cabinet, I trust the fuck out of his cabinet way more than I trust Trump's cabinet or Trump. Like,
absolutely.
yeah, and so like
I'm not, listen, you and I are right here. I am not disagreeing with you.
for sure. I'm just saying, like, to me, I wouldn't have just been voting for Biden. I would have been voting for his cabinet. And I would have hoped that, Kamala would keep the same cabinet because a lot of them have spent a lot of time working with her. Buttigieg is a fucking boss. I love Buttigieg.
Oh, that's another one. Buttigieg. He could have won with Buttigieg as vice president.
I don't know if everybody's ready for the gay guy, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. I've had people tell me that.
Yeah. Which sucks, but
Yeah.
that's just
Because he's a
reality.
boss.
Yeah.
That
he's
guy
great.
is a boss.
Dude, did you
He's
see him
been-
on Jubilee?
Listen.
So
He
good.
is so amazing.
He was
but,
better than Destiny on Jubilee, if you ask me. But
No. Well, hold on. He has the poise.
yeah,
Like, you what I tell you, like, be poised, but don't be so poised. He has that. He's poised. And he's, very, but he's not that poised. You know what I mean? He's very relatable. He's very likable.
yeah. He seems like your neighbor, kind of like Tim
Yes.
Walz.
Timos, it seems even more. Like, that's coach, yo. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's the
coach.
coach. Yeah,
You
and
know
they
what I
should have
mean?
let him
That's
be
the coach.
that guy more.
Yeah.
If he had been able
That's
to be
what-
coach during that debate, I think he would have done a lot better against.
Oh
JD
my
Vance.
God, what the fuck happens? It's like not only him, but JD Vance. Who came to that debate? It was
He
not
did
JD Vance.
such a good job.
and it was
He
not
did
Tim
such a
Walz.
good job.
They
He
were
was-
both
He
of
did
them.
exactly what he needed to do in that debate, JD Vance. I don't think
JD
he
Vance
I don't
did a
think he
whole
wiped the
180
floor with
to all
him. I think it was
craziness.
mostly even, but it was like that much. He won by like just a teeny bit, and I wanted to see.
JD Vance was not JD. I was baffled. I was like, wait a minute. Tim Walz is not Tim Walz, and JD Vance is not JD Vance. They're complimenting each other constantly. What the fuck are you doing? Complimenting each other, but they were really like broing each other. Like, we cool. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you too. Okay, buddy. Like, no, it's a debate. What the fuck? Oh my God. You just gave me PTSD from that.
right.
No, Destiny's Jubilee was awesome. That woman, when she was like, uh, she's like, you think that it'd be better to get like $6,000 for your kid? She's like, mind you, she said she had 2 kids, so
Right.
that would have been $6,000 per kid. She's not doing the math in her head. So she's like, she had 2 kids. He's like, you don't think an extra $6,000 would help? A little. He's like, what are you feeding your kids? I was dying.
Oh
He
my
was like,
God.
what the fuck are you feeding your kids?
I mean,
That- an extra
here's the problem though.
$6,000
Like
Mind you, this is
Destiny-
$6,000 per child.
the right
For
wingers
her,
don't
it
want
would
to
have been
talk to
12, and
Destiny
it's
anymore.
12 now.
After he
What's that?
really shouldn't have made that comment about that firefighter. That was a dumb move on his
What did he
part.
say? What did he say?
He said he didn't care that the guy got killed, that he
Oh,
just
okay.
yeah, I thought that was a dumb move on his part. Like regardless of whether he made sense about it or not, he burned a lot of bridges with that one.
I don't think if anybody on the left felt that he burned the bridge because he said that, they weren't really on the left. I'm sorry. Because
I'm
what
not
he
saying
said,
the
he-
left. I
yeah.
mean, some people on the left were upset about it with him. But like, I have friends who are on the right who were all like, yeah, I
Absolutely.
kind of like Destiny. Like, he talks to right wingers, blah 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 blah. But then after he said that, they were like, he's scum, bottom of the barrel, piece of shit, all that kind of stuff.
Right. But he made clear what he meant by what he said. He made it very clear. He wasn't saying like people should be killed. He said it very clearly. I'm against violence. Nobody should get shot. But, if shit like that happens, then it happens. You're at a rally for somebody who all constantly is inciting violence. beat the shit out of them. I'll pay for your lawyer bills, whatever. Like he's literally told people, "Oh, beat the shit out of this person, beat the shit out of that. I'll pay for your lawyer bills."
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I agree. I agree with all of that. But, like, at some point, you need to think about being strategic, not just being right.
That I'll give you. He's
Yeah,
more about being right than being strategic about what he
yeah,
says. You're absolutely right.
yeah. And
I, I
so,
I'm not I'm not mad that he might have offended some people because nobody, and again, this is something he pointed out. Who was okay? You're mad because this happened to that guy. Okay, were you mad when this guy came into Nancy Pelosi's house and hit Paul Pelosi with a hammer over the head? I bet
yeah,
you
I
was.
agree. That shit was
I
unhinged.
bet you was.
But, like,
The same people that are mad when violence occurs on the right,
no,
when it happens on the left,
I agree.
they're elated,
I
they're
agree.
joyful.
I agree. But, like, sometimes you just gotta swallow your fucking pride and do what's smart in the moment.
I don't think it's
Maybe
pride. I think
maybe wait a couple
sometimes it's
maybe
just
wait a
kind of
couple
like,
months. He was also fed up. Like, I get that he was fed up, and
yeah.
I'm with that too, right? Like, I agree. Like, their behavior versus their
Like,
whining about shit is bullshit.
when do we on the left get sympathy from the right?
No, I
Why should you
agree.
get sympathy?
Never.
Why should you get sympathy from? Why does it always have to be a one-way street when it comes to
But what
Republicans?
what 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 I think would be the more strategic thing is to be like, yeah, we have sympathy for the guy. Now, why don't you guys ever have sympathy for our shit?
Yeah.
Rather than going from the, yeah, I don't have sympathy, fuck that guy, and then saying, well, why don't you have sympathy for our shit? Because then they can just come back and say, well, see, you never have sympathy for us, so why should we have sympathy for you?
But because he just said it.
No,
This is
no, no,
the
no,
same
no.
thing.
Hang on, hang on. What I'm saying is, like, if he just said, "I don't give a shit about that guy. He deserved to, he deserved it if he fucking died at this rally for supporting Trump." Um, then they can say, "Well, look at what you just said. Why should we have sympathy when you're saying shit like that?" Whether if he said, "Wow, that's awful. I feel so bad," and then goes on to say, this makes me think though, like, why aren't you guys ever having sympathy for when something happens to us? I just had sympathy for your guy,
Because
but you guys,
that's that's not his style.
that's not his style, but maybe sometimes
That's
it
not his
should be.
style.
Maybe sometimes it
He
should
made
be.
it. This is what he said. I remember what he said. He
That
said
would
it
be
made
my
very clear.
style is what I'm
He
saying.
made it
That would be
very clear.
my
I'm
style.
not about violence. I don't condone violence. I don't think violence is a good thing. But if you're there supporting this guy and you get shot, I'm not going to be sympathetic. And
Yeah.
then people were like, "Oh, how could you not be sympathetic?" Mostly it was Pierce Morgan. It was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,"
well,
and
Piers
then he was
was,
like,
yeah.
"Well, where was the sympathy when Paul Pelosi?" As a matter of fact, not only was there no sympathy for Paul Pelosi, they started spreading rumors about, "Oh, that was his lover that came and hit him over the head." How disgusting is that?
I
So
agree.
yeah,
I agree. But again,
it's
I'm
like it's like
thinking
it's like
I'm
they
thinking
have
I'm
they
thinking
took it up
pure.
a notch,
Look,
and it's like that.
maybe this is Machiavellian of me, but I'm thinking from a point of view of pure strategy. It puts us in a much easier place to argue that if we're not also arguing from the place of having just said the same sort of thing that we're pissed at them for.
We could, or we could. I it makes sense to me what he's saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? You want sympathy. You want the sympathy that you're not giving us. So why should you get sympathy from me? I'm not giving it to you.
Uh,
Okay,
or
that's
you
his
can
choice.
say, or like I said, you can say, I gave you sympathy. Why can't you guys do the same for us? Why is it so hard for you guys to act like human beings when all we ever do is,
Kind of
in those situations, act that way to you? They look a lot worse that way. I
hear you.
guarantee it.
Listen, hear you. I don't disagree with you.
Okay,
I'm
well,
just saying that he. he that I don't see what he said as being as bad as people making it out to be,
I don't
because
think so
again,
either.
people cherry pick what they want to hear. You
No,
know
I
what I mean?
agree.
They
I
just
mean, like, I
don't
don't think
hear what
it's,
he said before when he said I don't condone violence. They don't
yeah,
hear what he said after when he
I know.
said when Paul Pelosi was attacked, you didn't do it, but they heard loud and clear what he said in the middle, and that's how it is.
I
They
totally
hear
agree
this.
that that there were, there were things about what he said in regards to like why he said that made sense. But also, like, I'm not saying that like anything that he said about the way Republicans speak is invalid. It's obviously true. Um,
Right.
I'm just thinking like, he's my streamer, and I want
Yeah.
him to succeed.
Yeah.
And
Well, his approach is like, he's straightforward. He's a straight shooter, and I like that about him. That if that's see, I'm not the type of person that says, "Oh, you're a white supremacist." Oh no, like you're to me, everybody has a right to feel how they want to feel.
sure,
If that's your thing, that's your thing.
yeah.
If you want to be a Nazi, hey, that's your thing. That's it. That doesn't mean I'm going to get involved with you, but you do your thing. Listen, you do you. I believe people should be able to feel and do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. You know what I mean? If I disagree with them, or if it's something like, okay, well, I guess, I'm not going to associate with you. That's all. But you could feel how you want to feel. You could do what you want to do.
So
But
I
these
guess my
people.
thought is this, right?
Mhm.
I'd rather be a winner than a straight shooter. And whatever way that takes, I'm ready to do it. And I think we need more of that's what the Republicans do, right? We need somebody who's going to be a little sneaky.
Again, I don't disagree with what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I'd rather be a straight shooter.
And we need some of both, right? But like
Mhm.
Destiny was on the rise. And then that like stopped a lot of
But
his
again,
coverage.
right, because again, people hear what they want to hear. They didn't hear what he said before.
I
They didn't
agree.
hear what he said after.
I
They just
agree.
heard what he said here.
But
And
it's
then
the
now
world
you're
we
getting
live
cherry
in.
picked.
It's the world we live in. You got to handle it
But
with.
no, 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 no. That I disagree with.
Okay, go ahead.
That I disagree
Tell
with.
me why.
I don't think. Why should we keep having to cater to them?
No, we
Why
don't
do we have
cater
to
to
keep
them.
bending
We
over
we
backwards
need to
for them?
outsmart them. We need to outsmart them, not cater to them.
We
if
are
we
catering to them. We are
It's
bending
not
backwards for them.
catering to them. It's saying it's putting yourself in a better arguing position. Because if you stoop to their level, they can easily ignore what you have to say. But if you and
They
you agree
ignore
with
what
this,
you have. Okay, do you really think that had he said something different, they would have listened to it? Absolutely fucking
I
not.
think they would have been more receptive than
No,
if he had said what
I
he
don't
said.
believe I don't believe it.
Do you
There's
think that
no worse
changed
blind
people's
person
minds?
than the one that does not want to see. These people don't want to see us. They don't want to hear us. They don't want to talk to us.
But
They don't
I
want
talk
to
to
see.
conservatives
They don't
all the
even want us.
time. I talk to conservatives all the time and they listen to me and sometimes I change their minds on certain things. And it's because I approach it from that perspective, not from the, like fuck you, you're a retard. I'm tired of hearing your bullshit and I'm going to say some really crazy shit to do it. It's because I approach it from a position of like I hear you. I disagree, and here's why. And if you're going to argue with me, I'm going to show you exactly why you're wrong, and you're gonna have to deal with that. I'm not gonna, like I make them give those concessions. I say, well, no, you need to address the thing. All of those things Destiny does, right? But I'm just not adding like the kind of shit that's gonna turn people off.
I hear you, but that's his style.
That is
If he
his
calls
style.
you a retard and a dipshit, then that's it. You're a
Yeah,
retard and a dipshit.
yeah. I don't know. I'm good at people, right? I'm very good at people. That's my strength. Um, and I guess I just do that. I approach it from that perspective, right? I try to use my charm and the way I speak to get me into the way people's minds are working.
I just think that you might save one, but
Well,
it's
at
not.
at this point, I might save one, but if I keep growing, maybe I'll save two, maybe three, maybe four, maybe 10, maybe 20. Right?
What we true, but again, the to me the okay. So I watch. Let me tell you, I watch the Bulwark.
Mm-hmm.
I watch. I can't stand Tim. Tim, guy from the Bulwark. I can't stand him. He's so
Tim Pool.
um no from
Wait,
the Bulwark.
I don't know the
Tim.
Bulwark.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
How you
yeah,
not
yeah.
know? They're like the one of the left. They have a whole bunch of people that collaborate. What's his name? Tim. I can't remember the name. Um, shit. He's another Tim. Uh, I watched this other young kid. Let me try to think of his name.
While you're thinking of that, got a couple voice messages I'm just going to listen to real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh, who just joined?
Oh,
Hello.
Hey, John.
hey, buddy. How you
How
doing,
you
Jordan?
doing? It's been a minute.
Yeah, man. Hope you're faring
Welcome.
okay.
Yeah, I'm safe. I'm safe and sound in the marina. You know how it is here.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
got all the water around. Are you watching my stream? Have you followed me yet, bro?
I did. I followed you on my kick, but I made a kick account to follow you. But
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
actually
right. I
skating
saw
right
that.
now to the store. But yeah, I'll tune in once
Yeah,
I'm
for
inside.
sure. Appreciate that. Appreciate the views. I'm at
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
39 followers now, right? We got to try to help me get to 40. My goal right now is 50.
Okay,
My
okay.
longer term goal is 75 because once I hit 75, I can start getting donations and subscribers.
Oh, sick. Okay.
I
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So, John and I, what, like
Uh-huh.
10 years ago, we used to work at
Yeah.
Best Buy together.
Yep, yep.
Ah,
I moved from New York. I moved from New York to LA, and Jordan was one of my first friends out here.
Yeah.
what you do at what was your job at? You go listen to your voice. You're
Yeah, I'm
just
going to
gonna
go
go
listen
listen
to
to
my
his
voice
voicemail.
messages real quick. You guys chat for a second.
For
All
sure.
right. So what job did you have at Best Buy?
Oh, I was just working the PC as a PC retail associate. And Jordan
Ah,
was in the I think mobile, yeah, in mobile at the time.
hello. All right.
Hello.
Did you enjoy that job?
I did enjoy it, yeah. It was good for a time, but started
Sometimes the
thinking like
simplest of jobs is sometimes the best. I remember I did all kinds of different jobs. I did waitressing. I loved waitressing.
oh
And then I
yeah,
went into corporate and management and I fucking hated it. Because
yeah,
you
no,
gotta
yes,
manage people, and it's like it's very diverse and everybody has different personalities and you gotta go different approach for everyone. So management is very difficult. But
yeah, no, I totally
waitress,
get that. Mhm.
going up to somebody, hey, what would you like today? And like, yeah, it was the best job I've ever had, I think. Simple.
Yeah, yeah. I've I've previously also been a computer instructor, and that was also a fun time. I definitely miss those times working with the students.
I know. It's like the simplest job is the one that brings you most joy. And then you get, into the career, part, and then those jobs just drain your life. You just suck the life out of your years, and it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. My current job is pretty much like that. I definitely feel burnt out more than previous roles.
I know. Simple times, right?
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
Anybody else want to say hi?
Okay, I'm back,
Hello.
Anybody?
guys. Oh,
We had some people join, but they're not saying anything.
I have a bag
Josh
for
and
them. Thank you.
James. Josh
Yo,
Okay, thank you.
and James.
yeah, I am here.
Hey, guys. Welcome. Everybody, welcome. We're all
Hello.
live.
We were just talking about how, like the old jobs that we used to have, like, were the simple jobs, were like the best. Like, I was a waitress. I used to love being a waitress. And then I went
Best
into
Buy was
corporate
fun.
management.
We used to
That's
have
why it was
fun.
And
fun
then,
times, man.
Yeah.
like,
We
you
used to
just
get
clock
high after work.
in,
Mm-hmm.
stock some shelves, hang out, kind of like, it was do whatever. I remember those jobs. Oh,
Bro.
my management job killed me though. Oh my God.
Best Buy was such like low stress job.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Those are the best jobs, right? And then you go to your careers and then you just stressed out. Management is such a hard job to do.
Yeah, I bet.
It really is. I've done management and then I did that for quite a long time. And
I don't
then
know, man. I feel like I make my manager's job easier, and he doesn't do shit. But that's just me.
Mm-mm.
you know what? Um, that's because there is some bad managers out there. There is. A good manager, if especially, would wants you to do good, like I would sit like I was doing it with sales for I used to work for AT&T and Verizon Wireless.
Nice. Best Buy Mobile.
Eh, yeah, okay. So, but what I would do, I would, at least every 2 weeks, I would sit down, I would see where you were, where, because you get goals. You have to do so a certain amount, whatever. So I would see where you are and I would sit with you like, okay, are you struggling to sell? Do you need me to? So with that, oh, well, I'm struggling selling accessories or whatever they would tell me. I was like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. When you're struggling, and because I'm always on the floor, keeping an eye on what's going. I'm not in the back. I used to get all my work done in the back done, so I could be present, you know. So I say, dude, just give me a little signal, if you're having trouble, and selling something. So they would give me like a little signal, and then I'd come over like, hey, how are you folks today? How you doing? Oh, buying a new phone. That's great. Did you get the accessories? Oh my God, let me tell you how you could benefit from having these success. And I'm gonna tell you how. Yo, boom, 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 boom. Get the sale, gave it to them, and then they would because I want them to increase their sales. Because the more money they make, the more money I make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, um, and I will go boom, 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 but it's you have to be a good man. You gotta have your employees back, and you have to inspire them. When you inspire your employee, you don't even have to ask them to do something. Something comes in and needs to be stocked, they're like, oh, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Because you got their back. They know that you help them, and the way you got to be a good at management.
John,
And there's
you know what term I'm glad I never have to hear again? Laser line.
Yep, never again, dude. Never again.
laser
Hold
line.
up. I gotta drop it. I'm
That's-
gonna join on kick.com. I'm going into my house right now. I'll
Okay.
join online.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Laser lining is like at Best Buy is when they made you like make sure all of the products that were out on the floor were all like pushed to the front of like the hangers or whatever, so they're all aligned and you don't have shit in like different positions and everything. That's laser lining.
What do you mean in different positions?
So
I
like,
don't.
so like, you have you have like, for example, you have like one shelf, right, where there's like a bunch of different products on it, but the if you sold a product, right, then that means
Right.
the shit. Hang on. Sorry, I need to refresh something because there's something stuck. If you've sold a product, that means that the shit on the shelves might be misaligned because somebody took a product on the shelf. So you have to go and bring the product that's behind it, right, and move it up to the front again. So
Moving forward, so
everything is
that it
flat.
always looks like it's stocked.
Yeah, exactly. And everything is flat and nice and neat. And they called that laser lining.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Retail shit.
Mhm. I've done quite a few retail jobs.
Yeah.
Like, mhm.
They're obsessed with shit
I
like
done
that.
a lot of things. I done oh my god, office jobs are the worst.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
my,
not a fan.
oh my god, it's so mind-numbingly boring.
Not fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
for
I think my
God's sake.
the most stressful job was my management job, but at the same time, to me, it was the most rewarding. Just working with a team and then, you know, pushing them forward. Let's do. If I saw you were lazy, I wasn't gonna help you out. I helped out whoever I saw was trying, and so on and so forth. And you gotta, you gotta be a good manager. You can't be sitting in the back room.
Yep. You gotta
Nothing.
be out there with the
Yeah,
troops.
with the troops. Yeah, absolutely. With the troops out there, you should not be able to ask someone to do something you're not willing to do yourself. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's
go out
something
there.
I completely agree with.
Because those managers, they're not doing. When you go back there, they're not doing shit. Then you go back there, we under your shift, and that motherfucker still ain't done shit. They just
Yeah,
sitting back there,
lazy
with
people are
nothing,
lazy people.
getting a paycheck while nothing gets done.
And, like,
And then in the last minute, when they get an audit or some shit, then they're rushing and like, oh, we gotta get this, look at it. Well, if you have
like
your shit done,
technically, there's nothing wrong with getting a paycheck, but, like, work hard for your paycheck.
I've always been very. I would come in early to work just so I could get all the management, any returns, anything done, paperwork. If I had to do the paperwork, I would do it from the floor, from there, the floor, in
Jeez.
the front. That way I'm observing everything that's going on.
That's a lot. Doing paperwork on
And
the
I
floor is.
and if somebody, there's always people who just like to yell at, employees and stuff like that. I'll be right there. Boom, boom, boom. No, you want to yell? That's what I get paid for.
Yeah.
She's just an employee. Yell at me. Don't yell at her. You know what I mean?
I
Like
get paid. Yeah, I
and I
get
would
paid
tell
to
my
get
employees,
yelled at.
if
Okay.
somebody asks for a manager, come get me right away. You don't get paid to get yelled at. I get paid to get yelled
I
at.
get paid to get yelled at. Yeah.
Yep.
When I was working for Apple, I was like a senior tech advisor for a while, and I got paid to get yelled at.
Yep.
The grunty people were not paid to get yelled at.
Yep. That's right. And it's, you gotta just kind of know how to.
And then I was doing software engineering, and then I no longer was getting paid to get yelled at.
um,
Which was nice. Just getting paid to get yelled at sucks.
okay. So let's see. I got I got
What?
paid. Okay, so I didn't when I worked management. I didn't work okay, so I work two different kind of management. So when I worked management, in like AT&T Verizon, I did not get yelled at because I always had I don't know, I always had a good disposition, I guess. And even
Hmm.
with somebody was watching me that was angry, as soon as I would talk to them and be like, "Oh, what can I do for you?" You know, I was able to calm them down. So I was, but then I got a job as a community manager for a gaming company, and I would get yelled at all the time. I got called all kinds of names.
So the reason I would get yelled at was because the first person who they were talking to, they were yelling at, and then they would pass it to me, and I would get the yelling blowback.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
kind of why I would get yelled at.
Well, you know, as a community manager, anything that happens that's bad, you're not a dev, you don't create the game, you don't do anything, and
Nope.
nothing game designing, but you get the blowback.
You get the blowback for the devs.
Absolutely. For the devs, you're like their shield. Hmm. You get all, and people would tell, oh my God, from pervert to pedophile to everything.
Jeez. People are
So yeah,
people are fucking animals sometimes, I swear. Oh, this is just what I need is a fucking weather warning right now. God damn it.
Nazi was another good when they went came to the go to their one of their go tos. You're not because you know they would get banned or restricted because they're not behaving properly or not doing. Oh, you're a Nazi. You know, like okay.
Bro, are you saying that I shuffle people into ovens and murder them en masse? Is that what you're saying?
So crazy. Like people this thing that people say, but I have really thick skin, so
I can. If I don't know a person, I have thick skin, but if I know a person, it gets to me a little bit more.
not me.
Well, that's a talent.
Yeah, it really is. I don't. Yeah, I don't get mad. Because sometimes you got to take things from where they, like you said, like if it's somebody, it depends how close. Yeah, if it's a family member or a close friend, and he says, or yeah, you might, yeah, feel a certain way about it.
Yeah.
But you got to take things from where they come from. So, you know, people would say what they're gonna say, and especially when they're behind a keyboard or something, you know. So
100%. Oh, that
I don't
keyboard.
figure. I
Oh, that
think
makes him so brave, doesn't it?
somebody tried recently. It was in Destiny's and they were trying to trigger me, and they call I'm not Jewish, but they call me, oh, you're Jewish piece of shit, blah 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 blah, and then I was like, did you just call me Jewish? And I was like, listen to this. I was like, did you call me Jewish? Oh my God, I wish. Those are
Ah,
the best. People. You know
hell
what I mean?
yeah.
Like I just and
Hell
they
yeah.
try to trigger me and they get like the reverse reaction to that.
Hell
I
yeah.
wish. Those are the best
Good for
people. Oh my
you.
God.
Standing
I'm
up for us. I
flattered that
appreciate
you
that.
called me Jewish. I'm flattered that you called me that. Oh my God. I
That's
thank you
awesome.
so much. You're the best person. You're so right. And they get so mad. Oh my God, they get so
That's
fucking, they boil
hilarious.
under their skin. They're like, you know, because they want to trigger you. They want to get you angry. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so nice. Oh,
Thank
that was a
you.
compliment. So it's like they're not gonna get a rise out of me, and as I'm saying it, I'm laughing because I think it's funny. It's like, is that offensive to you? Like it's not to
Yeah, you
me.
think being Jewish is offensive? You got problems, bruh.
Because I wish.
Yeah, and it's
Ain't
like
gonna
them
water
expecting you
do
to
it.
be upset by being called a Jew says so much more about them.
And he was like, big. So then he got banned because he was
Yes,
scored.
Puggy. That's my
Yeah,
girl,
Buggy
Puggy.
Back. And I was like,
I love
I was
Puggy.
having,
She's the
I
best.
told Pug, yeah, yeah. I was like, I'm fine. And I was
Puggy's the
enjoying.
homegirl.
She's very sweet, very, very
Yeah.
sweet.
And I like having politics conversations with her because, you know, we disagree, but we're like super respectful. We listen to each other's opinions. We really consider them.
I was under, you know, it's funny that you say that because, like, I was under the assumption that because, you know, they moderate Destiny's.
That she was like a lefty or something.
She's not. I've seen her say
No,
stuff. I'm like, oh,
she's a Trumper. She's a full-on Trumper.
yes, yes. I was like, wow. Like,
I
you know,
know.
I thought, you know, because you
Well,
assume,
that's
you know,
like- I really want
She
her
had-
to join the Discord and come on the stream at some point, but it's hard to get her to come in here.
yeah, I was pretty taken aback, I guess you would say, when
Yeah,
I was
you were
her
surprised.
writing stuff like I was like, oh, she's Trumper and Destiny.
Hell yeah. She's a hell of a
Moderate
Trumper.
and she moderates Destiny's. He's the lefty. Like that is very strange to me.
She's a super duper Trumper. She's all about it. And we love her for it. You know?
No, I am absolutely. I don't hold that against
Yeah,
anybody.
we don't care.
Well, I
She's
was
our-
going to tell you before. This is what we need to do. We want to grow your channel, right?
Mm.
But again, okay, I was telling you, Adam Mockler. Do you know who that is? Adam.
Yeah, what's the name of the thing? What's it called? Midas Touch?
Yes,
Yeah.
I watch him. I watch Brian Tyler Cohen. I watch The Bulwark. I
Yeah.
watch
David
a
Pakman?
lot of. Which one?
David Pakman?
No,
Oh, you'd love David Pakman. You gotta check him out.
I have. Okay, so I'll check him out.
He's
again,
an
I
Argentine
guess-
Jew.
I
Just
just
he's an
looking for
Argentinian
more
Jew.
about-
He's an Argentinian
So-
Jew, just like me.
Yeah, I found Destiny to word of mouth. So yeah.
Oh, Destiny's
Um,
been on his channel twice, and every time he goes on his channel, he calls him Stephen Kenneth Destiny Bonnell II.
Extreme night temperature detected.
There's like Pod Save America. There's a whole bunch of places, right?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. What I'm not finding, and even though I watch these guys, I watch them, but I don't really. They don't have me. They don't. And the reason why they don't have me is because what they're doing is giving me opinions
Mm-hmm.
of what they. I want. I would like to find places more like Destiny, not as aggressive, but that will say, okay, here's the facts. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So I like
Show me the
Pac-Man.
receipts.
He does a lot of that. He gives his own opinion, but it's a very tempered opinion. And every time he gives an opinion, he also caveats it and says, "Now, that's my opinion. It might also be that it's this. It might also be that it's that."
See,
he
I don't
doesn't-
like that.
You don't like that?
No,
Why?
because I don't want your opinion. I want facts.
Well, he gets the facts, and then after he talks the facts, he adds his opinion afterwards. Destiny does that too.
Like, okay, like for instance, this is how I think, right?
Yeah.
When I watch MSNBC and I'll watch whatever they present, right?
Mhm.
And then there's always the point where they like, oh, and today sitting with us, there's this person and that person, and they got picked guests, and they're gonna talk about it. I tune them out. I turn it off after that
Okay.
because I don't want to listen. I don't want their opinion. I don't want you to bring this lawyer that's going to tell you how things could have been, might have been, maybe it's this, could be this. I don't want to hear none of that nonsense.
Okay.
No, just give me the facts. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for facts. Give me the facts. Where do you find the facts?
Give me the car
And then, you
facts.
know, no, right. It's like, and in the end, instead of saying, okay, this is my opinion, saying, okay, I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm just going to give you the facts. And that's
Yeah.
it. You make up your own mind. You do your homework. You do, you know, inspire people to kind of push that, try to find out for yourself um, what's true or not true. I
Sure.
don't want to tell you what's true. See, that's I've been thinking of myself trying to make a podcast myself,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be my
I better be a
well.
guest.
I want to do. This is what I want to do.
I
Two
better be a
things.
frequent guest, Candy.
This is the thing. The one thing I want to do is, um, I want. That's what I want. I want that. I want to do it so it's. I want you guys to decide whether, and I'm willing to accept right, left, doesn't matter, you know. And then we present facts. Okay, bring me your facts. I'm gonna bring you my facts, and we'll discuss them. I'm not gonna give you my opinion on it. I'm going to give you facts. And at
But
the
then
end,
what
that's
if
the
we
fact.
agree on the facts and then the interpretation of those facts differs?
How would that happen?
I mean, it happens all the time, right? Like Republicans, they look at what's going on with climate change. They see the same data. A lot of times they agree with that data, but then they come to a different conclusion about what's causing it.
But if you have the data that's telling you, then you're not
Well,
agreeing.
I mean, we think it's telling us, which I agree. I mean, to us, it's pretty clear what it's telling us, but to them, it's a different thing. It's different outcome, right?
Right, but then we're not agreeing at the end of the day.
Well,
We can't
we're
agree.
agreeing on the data, but we're not agreeing on the conclusion, right? So we're agreeing on the underlying facts, but we're not agreeing on like the causation.
I wouldn't even want to touch that. I would just want to go with the facts,
Okay,
and that's it.
I mean that's fine.
I wouldn't
Um,
want to give my opinion. And another thing that I've noticed when it
mhm.
comes to stream is that a lot of these streams, people make a lot of money on these streams. So I wanted, you know, what are you gonna, after you make a certain amount of money, what are you gonna do with that?
Me?
Like, what do you do with, you know what I mean? After you make a certain amount of money, what is it exactly that,
In what sense?
in the general sense?
In the
Let's
general
say you
sense, I mean,
made
you
enough
live
money and
comfortably,
you
and
bought a house, and let's say you bought a car and you got, and then you're still making money from your streams and making money. How much money is enough money for you? What do you,
I'm
so what mm,
technically enough money for me is like money to live comfortably. Does that mean I want to stop there? Probably not.
I wouldn't want to stop there, but I wouldn't keep the money. I would give it away.
I would
If
keep
I
the
want to
money
make money,
because my philosophy is that if I want to change society to be the way that I have to make it, I have to play by the rules, and the rules that I'm playing by sort of require me to gather as much wealth as possible. And then I can do
okay,
things like make packs or whatever it is, you know?
right, but I wouldn't do it that way. I
Okay.
would open up a website where people saying, you know, I need to pay this medical bill and I can't afford it. All right, how much is it? Let me pay it
Okay.
for you. You know, I can't pay, you know, this, that, you know, we will verify and vet the person, of course. But anything that, you know, they need money for groceries, I want to have an open channel where people could reach out to me at any time and they need something, you know, even if they, you know, I need to get to work and I don't have a car, let's get them a hoopty or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something
yeah, yeah.
that can get them to work. Because at the end of the day, I'm making money off of them. Why can I not give back to them?
Sure.
I want to give back
I mean, I
in
want
a
to give back
responsible
too,
way.
but like I want to give back responsibly, right? Because if I give back too much, then I lose the ability to make more money and give back even more.
No, you wouldn't, because people would follow you just because you're giving them.
Is that not a little idealistic?
How is that idealistic?
I mean, we're assuming that people are going to act a
every
certain way.
time somebody clicks and likes, every time somebody subscribes, you're getting something from them.
No, I
Why
agree.
can't we get?
I agree. I agree. I agree that philanthropy is obviously very good. But like, uh, the Bill Gates could never have done as much philanthropy as he's able to
Yeah,
do.
but his philanthropy is different. His is very different. He focuses on cures for certain diseases
Yeah.
and climate change. That's not the type of philanthropy that I want to do. I
Okay.
just want to help the average American. The
Okay, well then that's
struggling
Then I mean, like,
the
that's fine.
one that says, okay, you know what? I had to take my kids to daycare because I don't have a babysitter and I can't afford it. Okay,
Sure.
after, of course, they're vetted, well vetted. Okay, this person exists. They go to this daycare. They owe this kind of money. Then okay, I'm gonna pay for your daycare for a month.
Mm,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because it's giving back to the people who are giving me.
Sure.
Every time they watch my videos, every time they click like, every time they subscribe, they're giving me, and that's the
Yeah.
type of that's what I want to do. That's my.
Okay.
I don't want to do it to. There's already people donating to different big packs, super packs, whatever. I don't. I want to do it at the level of the average person.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
You know what I mean?
My goals are, while that's also good, and I want to do a good amount of that. My long-term goals are definitely a lot larger. Not
you
that there's
only-
anything wrong with what you're doing. I think
No.
what you want to do is good.
No, right. Because you see these. I think a lot of these people who do all these streams, like I told you, the Bulwark, they're at a they another person I can't stand them. Charlemagne the God.
Oh, I've heard of them.
I can't stand him. He's such an arrogant
What's his
prick.
Oh, he's just really arrogant.
An arrogant prick. You know what I mean? These people who supposedly are speaking for the left, or okay, I'm looking at all these streams and they're rich, white, privileged people telling me what the average American needs.
Sure.
What the fuck do you know about what the average
Right.
American?
Right.
You got this guy, what's his name? From the Bulwark. His name is Tim. And there was like, they're so out of touch, they don't even realize it. This is the thing, right? Let me tell you a quick story.
Mm-hmm.
There was a breaking news story or something like that. And then Tim goes and does a stream, because there was I don't remember what it was. It wasn't the wildfire, it was something else. Anyways. So he's like, this is what he said on stream. And I've heard this from different people. Anyway, he goes, yeah, I'm here doing a last minute stream. I'm on vacation in a ski resort. And I'm like, privileged much? You know what I mean? Like, oh, thank you for taking time out of your vacation in your ski resort, in your comfortable ski resort, to come talk to the little people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they tend to do that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, I went on vacation to the Hamptons, and I'm like, but these are the people that are on the forefront of speaking for the average American.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. There's definitely a measure of that.
I'm absolutely. I'm like, these out of touch rich white people. A lot of them. I remember watching a panel. They had a panel, and they were like, "Oh yeah, let's welcome our distinguished guest." And then there was this writer, there was this journalist, all won awards, journalistic awards and all this stuff, and sitting in their white privilege and basking in their money and all of them, and then they're talking about politics, and I'm like, these people do not represent me. You know what I mean? They don't. They live in their little bubbles.
Sure. Yeah, of
If
course.
Donald Trump, whatever Donald Trump is, if he gives tax cuts to the rich, these people, some of them have even said, "Oh, it won't affect me."
Yeah. Well, it's true. I mean, it won't, but they don't really care.
Exactly. So how are you the voice, my voice? To me, there's a disconnect there.
Yeah, they're not. They're
Uh-huh.
not your voice.
And I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it, and I keep, and and it's like these people are not the voice of, and people make a lot of money doing these streams, and all I want to do is give back, help people out. The average
I hear
American
that.
that's struggling.
Yeah, I hear that.
That needs, let's say this kid wants to take piano lessons or want to take a dance class. How much is it? Let's pay for that. You know what I mean? Something
Yeah, of
little,
course.
simple. It doesn't have to be like, oh, let's go and give them a whole thing. No, something little, just something that will improve the life of that child. To appreciate the arts, to
100%.
appreciate sports, to appreciate, maybe they need an instrument that they don't have, that they want to play, a violin or something, or piano. Let's, even if it's a used piano, it doesn't have to be brand new. Let's try to make people's lives better
You know,
at the
my dad
fundamental level.
does. My dad does the Big Brother program.
And that's good.
Yeah, it's a
That's
similar kind of thing.
mentoring. That's mentoring children.
Yeah.
But what I would like to do, because I make money off of you, I want to give you guys some of that.
Sure.
Because let's say if I got an apartment or a house. Let's say I bought a house. I'm done. What am I gonna do with the rest of this money? Yeah, you're gonna invest some of it, but a lot of it is just gonna keep accruing all this wealth. No, when you can do for, and I'm gonna start giving away almost right away as soon as because I want to give. I want to help people out. I want to help people. I want to be that voice for the average American, the struggling American, the one that I'm going to help because they need daycare money or, to pay
Right.
for an instrument for their kids to take, a music class or just little things that, medicine, if you're old and, elderly and you can't afford your medicine, let me pay your medicines for a month or something. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
just little, little by little, just one by one.
Yeah, I hear that. I think that's. I mean, that's a pretty noble way to go about it.
'Cause,
It's good.
yeah,
It's a
because
good
I'm
thing.
not, I'm not into, I don't need a mansion. I don't need a Maserati. I'm not that person.
I think I want a nice car, but I don't need a big house.
If it has
But
four wheels
I
and it
wanna-
takes me from point A to
for
point B, I'm
sure.
happy.
It's not about that. I just like cars, so I'm a car guy.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because that your goals are different than mine.
I mean, my goals for helping people are a lot bigger than that, right? The amount of money I would spend on a car would be a lot less than the amount of money I would want to give to try to help people help the world,
right. With your, again, like Bill Gates, yours is at a grand scale. Mine is
That's what I
smaller
want to do,
scale.
yeah.
Mine is at a smaller scale. And maybe even meet with these people, when I pay their
Mhm.
bills. Be like, get to know them. Be like, here's the money for this, or I just paid this. Here, you have the receipt. Oh, my mom just came out of the hospital, and now we gotta, we're ruined with these doctor bill, whatever.
Sure.
Like, here, let me pay the doctor bill for it.
Yeah.
That way, you don't have to worry about that. It's I want to go at small scale. I want to be the little people's people,
Of
the
course.
little people's person at the lowest scale.
Helping the
Yeah.
little people is important. It really is.
It is. It is to me. It is because you see it, so much talent, it's wasted sometimes. Like kids that are very super
Seriously.
smart
Yeah.
that can't get that prime education that's bought and paid for by mommy and daddy. Um, I would love to be able to just, you foster, these kids that can very talented, very smart kids. It
Hmm.
could be, and it could be anything. It could be in science, arts, music. One more, the world can use more of those, just
Always.
a
Always.
variety of everything,
Yeah.
a variety of, because it can't be all tech, and it can't be all science, and it can't be,
Yeah. And right now, everybody just wants to tech and
painters,
science.
artists, sculptors. They don't make money unless they hit it big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's good to nurture that type of talent, you know. But that's what I would like to do.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to strive for. 100%.
Hmm.
I'm with you. I am.
but yeah.
I'm with you. I support it. And if you
Oh.
do a podcast, I better be on
Mhm.
there a lot.
I think my podcast will be probably more like going over the news of the day and kind of like just
That's fine. I can
giving.
do that.
No, like more like, and that's what I have in. I'm just telling you what I have in my mind. It's more like going over the news of the day and not giving my opinion, just giving you the facts, giving you
Yeah,
the news.
for sure. I'm down for
Because
that.
you were listen.
Well, you know
back
what we
in the
could
day,
do? You know what we could do?
50s,
Is like
60s,
we could do
before
like
television was around, right? And before television, and even when television was first started, you didn't hear like opinions on TV. You heard
no, you had fairness doctrine as well.
that's it.
Yeah.
You heard the facts. Today we had a this happened. Okay, good night and God bless. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
very. But now we have so many opinion journalists, or
Mhm.
cultural that just want to give you their opinion on. I don't want your opinion on it. Give me the facts, and I'll make up my own mind on what I think about it.
Yeah, I agree, but also like I feel like
I'm
people
not
spend too
this.
much time coming up with their own opinions.
Such
Does that
as
make
like what?
sense?
No.
Like regular people spend a lot of time coming up with their own opinions on things, but like a lot of the time they don't have like the requisite knowledge or experience in a particular subject to come up with those
Ding,
opinions.
ding, ding. That's where I come. I'm gonna come in and give you the facts.
Yeah, but like there are certain times where like the facts by themselves may beg a question, and people may try to answer that question in their own way. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like you can present the facts, but then
That's
it's like
acceptable. That's
go ahead.
acceptable as long as you have your facts, and that fact, and that mind, whatever your opinion you draw, conclusion you got to, was based on your own journey there. Make sense?
Okay.
I didn't drive the car and took you to the journey. You saw the facts, and even if your journey is different than mine, at least you took that journey.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not trying to change minds. I'm trying to let people use critical thinking, use
So
their own ability to just look at the facts and draw their own conclusions. They might not be the right conclusions, but at least it's their own. It's not me
now
telling them,
the
here,
question.
here, this is what I want you to think. This is what I think about it, and this is what I want you to think. I want you to agree with my thoughts on it. No, I don't want that.
The other inevitable question is, how do you know the facts that you're getting are correct as well?
Because I would get it from sources, from factual sources.
And how do you know those sources are correct?
Well, then every source would be tainted if that's not the case.
And that's what
Like,
a lot of
let's say,
people
for
argue,
instance-
right? Like if you talk to
No,
conspiracy
not
people,
necessarily. Right, right. But this is the thing. If you're, that would be, yeah, you could. If you're a conspiracy person, it's really, it would be real. I'm not gonna convince those. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
that's true.
I'm not.
Well,
You
remember,
gotta
we're
know
not trying to
what-
convince. We're just trying to report.
Right. Correct. It's
Yeah.
not about convincing, it's about reporting. And people who already kind of like think that way, it's hard to steer them away from that because
Mhm.
that's, you know, that's how they think already. They're already vested in how they think, so they're not gonna
100%.
keep it. Yeah. So it's not about, again, it's not about, hey, come to my side, let me show you my point of view. No, just want to show you the facts. Whether you're
Sure.
right or left, I want everybody. Right,
Every
left,
time you
middle.
say that,
blah, blah, blah.
my brain goes, show me the Carfax. You remember the commercial for Carfax? It was like, show me the Carfax. I don't know. I'm just
Wow.
dumb.
No, but that, you know, this basically, and everybody should take their own individual journey to conclude to where they're at. Nobody should be manipulating their thought process or saying, "Hey, my thought process is the right." What there's, and I see a lot of that too. I see streamers like Hassan talking shit about Destiny. Oh, Destiny said this.
Oh, you mean Hamas Piker?
Hassan Piker, yes.
I love calling him Hamas Piker. That's so much fun.
He goes, oh, Destiny said this, and I'm like, that's not what he said. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
never what he said. It's never what he said. Let's be honest.
but that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
He's such a
people who-
weaselly little liar. That
There's
guy.
no- there's no fact behind anything he says. He just gives opinion
For real.
about stuff and doesn't even back it up or anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Destiny. I like the fact that he looked it up. If he doesn't know it, he'll look it up right then and there. Did you see the one with what's his name? Bailey. His name is Bailey.
Mm.
Bailey. Oh, he's a young kid too.
Do you mean Luke Beasley?
Yes, Beasley. Look,
Yeah.
Beasley.
Yeah, I like.
Did you
Luke
see
Beasley.
the one where Tim Pool was like,
Oh my God, bro! Oh my God! What an
and then he had to
embarrassment,
go ahead and Google in front of him.
bro! Tim Pool should be embarrassed after that. Like, honestly, he should be ashamed of himself after that display. Wow, that was pretty pathetic.
It was because he was being a complete douchebag.
He was being a
He
complete
was like, "Oh, you
asshole.
don't know nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. You just, oh, the government told you. The government told you."
Yeah. Oh my God,
dude,
dude.
are
How
you serious?
obnoxious was that? That was so obnoxious. Ugh. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck off, Tim Pool. Like
See,
Tim Pool isn't even that bad most of the time. But like that time, it was just like, bro, you're embodying all of the worst characteristics of like people who don't like do their research at all. And like I disagree with Tim Pool on a lot of shit.
See him in real time. Google it.
Yeah, but
And
like
be like-
I disagree with Tim Pool on a lot of shit, but I feel like most of the time he's at least nice and respectful. That time he was just a total fucking douche.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Luke
Embarrassing.
Beasley is another one that I like to watch.
I like him so
but-
much. Wait, have you been watching his podcast, The Grudge?
Hold on. Yes. With the
So
girl.
good.
Oh my god.
I
she is
love it,
so
dude.
crazy.
She's
Hold
have you
on.
watched her? She's growing. She's like learning.
Hold on. But I like Luke, but he's the pop. He's too soft.
Well, that's just his personality. I don't think you're gonna
I
get him
know.
to.
You know what I was telling you? Like, we need that, that punch. Like not aggressive, but he
Like
needs a little
me.
more.
Like me. You do it like me.
You're a good middle. Yeah, not aggressive and then nice. But
Yeah,
he's too
not
soft.
aggressive. I'm nice, but I'm also like,
Piers
I'm gonna
Morgan,
hold
and
you.
he went also on Piers Morgan, and they ate him up again. Like, my
Yeah,
guy,
he's
just
just gotta
wake
push her a little
up.
harder.
Like,
I want
he needs
Destiny
to
to
be a
I want
little
Destiny
more
to give him
aggressive.
some lessons.
Not, not to
Not
the
to be the
that
same as Tiny, but like to just get a little bit of it, right?
and then it's funny because then he'll do a stream and he'll watch himself and he'll be like, yeah, maybe next time I'll be a little bit more aggressive. I'm like, you
Yeah.
think?
He's such a
You think?
cute little kid, honestly.
Oh my God,
He's
he's such
so
a
sweet.
pup. He's a puppy.
Yeah,
He's a
exactly.
puppy trying to
He
play
is.
with the bulldog.
I do love his rallies stuff that he did though. That was a lot of fun.
He's a puppy trying to play with the big dogs.
Yeah. I
Sweetie, you're still a puppy. You need to.
All right.
Uh,
Candy,
I
on
like
that
him
note,
because
I am starving and
oh, wait! Before you
yeah.
go, The
Mm.
Grudge. That girl from The Grudge.
She's
She
something.
is something else.
But
You
like
know what?
I feel like he's
No.
making progress with her.
Yeah, he is making progress for her, but I think it's deliberate. I think it's some people try to
Some of
get.
it.
I think there's people out there who get rage clicks. You know what I mean? Like they say the most outrageous things because people will, oh yeah, look at this. People like
So
outrageous
I
things,
think I
outrageous
think some of it
people.
is deliberate, but like some of it is just genuinely what she thinks. Her husband seems like kind of a piece of work.
I think she's like, yeah, I didn't vote because women shouldn't vote. Like, are you
Ugh.
serious, Miss?
Oh. I mean, like, look, if you're happy and that's how you want to live, like, that's fine. But, like, the whole telling everyone else that they should do it your way and, like, wanting to
Right,
change the
because
law
what
so
they're
women
doing
can't
is
vote?
listen, they're not attracting. They're attracting the people who think like them, but they're also attracting people that want to yell at them because
Yeah,
of how they do. And
100%.
that's called it's like rage baiting. You know
A
what I'm saying?
100%
You know
rage
who's good at
baiting.
that? You know who's good at that too? Nick Fuentes.
Oh my god.
He
Oh
said
my
the most
god.
outrageous shit, but it's just because people give him attention. And every time somebody watches one of his videos or click or whatever, he's getting money off of these people. They're
Yeah.
profiting off of the rage of people.
Yeah.
We need to ignore these people.
Ugh.
Act like they don't exist.
But I also
And don't
think
give
what
them a
he's
dime.
doing, I think what he's doing is a good thing. He's exposing
I'm
her
not
to things
saying
that she
this
never
is-
did.
I'm not saying he's a bad person.
No,
He's
obviously.
sweet.
Obviously you're not
Sweet.
saying
I
that.
watch him. I watch
Yeah.
him over and over. I don't get,
Yeah.
but it's just he's a puppy. It's a little
Mhm.
frustrating to see
He
him
is a
kind
bit
of
of
like
a
get
puppy.
sick like that.
Right, Mika?
And
Right? Right, BB?
listen,
He's a dog
I can't.
just like
Okay,
you.
okay. Let me say one thing. When that shit with Temple happened, I would have said to him, he's very mild mannered, right?
Yeah.
Had I been Bailey, I would have said to him, listen, I've been respectful to you. I came here at your invitation. Do not disrespect me like that.
Right. Don't be
And
a
the very-
fucking prick, basically.
Politely,
Yeah.
respectfully, don't disrespect me like that.
Don't be a
I
dickbag.
came here at your invitation in good faith, and you're yelling at me and telling me that I don't know nothing, and you're being very disrespectful towards me.
Yep.
And I don't appreciate it. Stop that motherfucker in his tracks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to yell back. Just let him know you're crossing a line you should not be. And that,
For sure.
you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
when you, if you don't stand up for yourself, then people see that as weakness.
Agreed.
And you have, you have to, at the very least, say, okay, listen, if this is how I came here in good faith, but if this is how this is gonna go, I can't continue with this. We
Mm-hmm.
could treat each other either respectfully, or we're not. One or the other. Which
For
one is
sure.
it?
For sure. All right.
You-
I gotta go. I'm fucking starving. Okay, I gotta go eat some food.
All right.
But I'll probably be streaming again on Monday. So you're welcome to come back on.
Friends left. Why did they leave?
Well, because
they
we were
tired?
getting into it, I guess, and they probably were
They're
just
shy.
letting
Are they
us talk it
shy?
out. No.
Talking about jobs and silly
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know.
One of them
Right.
just went inside and he was just watching in the chat as well. But yeah, so everybody who's watching, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. You're all lovely. You're all beautiful. We now have 39 followers on our current goal to 50. We're getting there little by little. Hope to see you guys again on Monday, and everybody have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.